BRD, of course, a formidable opponent. I think BRD has a real chance to finish top 3 in this season. But SOW will be very interesting to see. Like I say, they're a team that kind of got better and better as the season went on in Season 1. Players are ready. Here is your countdown coming up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5. Thank you for joining us this morning for some UTProLeague. Season 2, Week 3 kicking off here right off the bat. 3 quick kills for SOW. We're watching Senator here trying to make some headway to control that sniper rifle area. We've got about 3 seconds until that first belt pass, but you see what the strategy is here. They're going to try to set up shop in that sniper area. There's, of course, shock rifle down below it. Amp spawns right below. So that area we just looked at is so important. If you're looking on the mini-map, that'll be basically the top area of that map. So be very interested to see how teams group up and decide to take that. And of course, you have on the opposite side down that 100 armor. We're gonna have this shield belt spawn too. Let's give you a big third-person view of it to see. Look at the fight up close with that Link going down, and 3 BRD members all around it. SOW a little late there to challenge it. So Tamerlane's gonna be running around with that Link gun and that extra armor on top of him, and already on a killing spree, getting a couple kills there. That Link gun's so deadly whenever you know you're fighting against folks that are freshly spawned, very little armor. Just absolutely melts them. Another kill there. And so what we're seeing BRD here is put a lot of resources towards holding that sniper rifle area. Flick switch jumps down and gets that amp pretty easily there because of all the cover from his teammates. He's actually going to throw it down to Tamerlane, who's still got armor and that sniper rifle. One of the longest amp drops I've seen in this game, all the way down vertically about 30 feet. But now it's still a tie game. So while we've seen BRD controlling amp, controlling sniper rifle, and to some extent shock rifle. Ooh, nice headshot coming around the corner there. Making good use of that amp, but teammate a little bit in the way. He's gonna go ahead and grab this, so I think he maybe wanted to save that for a teammate to share the love, but oh, nice finisher there with the flak ball pop up and the teammate enforcer kill. So SOW right now though, staying alive. You can see BRD controlling sort of the key areas of this map. Let's take a look at that 100 armor. Yeah, it looks like the 100 armor's been split, so SOW not really getting the power-up so much, but still staying in this one. Let's go on board with let's go on board with Senator and let's see what he's seeing. We saw him fighting over that shock and sniper area early, and it looks like they're taking back control of it, so staying alive in this one. Be interested to see. That may end up dictating who takes this map, so you can control, basically get the most spawns out, or the most sniper rifles off the spawn. That's usually a good indicator of who's in control of this map. We have amp and shield belt popping soon. Let's head over to amp, as this is kind of the wilder area. People can dive in from so many angles and take it. And Psy actually on top of it, so you saw him grab those jump boots. So important, especially if you're trying to steal that amp. It's not really going to do a lot of good for stealing the shield belt, but if you're not going to hold that area, if you can control the jump boost, at least gives you a chance to jump in there, wreak some havoc, and grab an amp. And like we saw him do there, basically bug out of there, take it back to the other side of the map, and use it to control. And just like that, you see SOW taking the lead right back. Ooh, turning that corner though and seeing 3 enemies. BRD all up in his grill there, telling him he is in the wrong neighborhood. No single damage. Ooh, 2 in a row from that stinger. Just finishing them off. So we're about 5 minutes into this one, about a third of the way through, and we are drawing dead even so far. So it looks like we're going to have a good one between these two teams here today. Shield belt will be spawning again in 3 seconds. Let's head down there. BRD gets here first. They've been getting to this belt pretty early. It seems like all the power-ups, BRD's basically been moving from one to the next. There's the chase down you see on special with that link gun out. This map is, ooh, and Spixie on a killing spree now with that shock juggle kill. Spixie dropping down onto the amp. I don't think he even meant to grab that. You see him throw it to his teammate. Only had 4 HP left off of that armor, but did grab it for his team. Able to hand it over, and now Avalanche going to be on the run here with the link gun. Oh, that's a tough spot for a spawner to jump right in front of an amp link gun. That's going to just melt you instantly. And you see the strategy here. They're definitely favoring running around with that link gun to sweep through, and just like that, Avalanche bringing them back up to a 5 frag lead. That huge amp run. Not giving up another kill to a killing spree in just a matter of moments there by Avalanche. Pulling ahead by 4. I think that 5 frag lead was the biggest one of the game so far. It gives you any idea of how close these teams have drawn. We're going to stick with Avalanche for now to see if he continues this spree, but we did have Spixie grab that armor. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. Yeah, still drawing dead even on the 100 armors. Every single belt. And in fact, only 1 power-up grabbed by SOW so far, and that's that 1 amp run. Yet still staying in it, only down by 4. So a flurry of kills there. It seems like nobody in this game on either team is really having a great time establishing themselves. We've seen a couple killing sprees, but largely it seems like folks are still kind of scrambling, not a huge amount of control being asserted. Ooh, a shield belt grab there by Special One, so SOW doing, taking advantage of BRD, pushing over for that amp, grabbing the armor, maybe trying to hold them off of that 100 with that amp, but ooh, you see that amp stinger. Flick switch, oh, goes down to Special's rocket. That's gonna give Special an amp, he goes down to a rocket. Tamerlane takes it back, and shreds Senator off the spawn. SOW now trying to make a bid to come back into this one. A little bit of flak ball splash damage, but Tamerlane, unfortunately, no hit scan weapon, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful down here. And there he goes down. Special with a nice move and combo there. So as we approach the halfway mark here, BRD has put a little bit of distance between them and SOW. Still, obviously, tons of time left, but let's see if that continues. Shield belt up. BRD all over the shield belt. They have just been incredibly concerned, but Psy sneaks in. Flick switch turns his back. Psy able to get that kill and grab it. I think it was just an enforcer kill too. So smart play there, able to sneak in, grab that, get that link gun, grab some armor or grab some ammo for it. And now he can go on a run. Has even a shock rifle and jump boots. So Psy right now pretty well armed. He might even jump up and try to contest this amp. He's actually got control of the sniper rifle now. So Psy here with a chance to really break things open for his team and try to come back. Even if he can get this amp under his belt. Ooh, doesn't have the timing of it, it looks like. So Flick Switch grabs that amp, only 28 HP. Maybe more importantly though, keeping control of it for his team. SOW though did see that amp taken, so they should have timing of that for the next spawn. Shield belt does spawn, got over there just in the nick of time to see Spixie grab it. Yet another grab, so I think we've only seen two belts grabbed by SOW. Still only the 1 amp. So as we see PRD starting to kind of pull away just a little bit. Yeah, that power-up count definitely going to be key here. And as we talk about SOW getting better throughout the course of last season, improving overall as a team over time, these are some of the situations that you look for as kind of your next step. Front running is one thing. When you're controlling power-ups and controlling a map, that's one thing. But being able to turn it around, being able to sort of regroup when the other team has control of the map, catch your breath, and then counter back, that's next level. That's when you really become solidified as a team. We do the same thing amongst duelers as well, and I'm sure we'll see some of that today in the duel tournament, or the duel, I guess, version of the aspect of these matches. For any of you watching that might be new This is a mixed game type match, so we'll have 4 matches today. Every team will be playing 3 different game types against each other. Of course, starting off with 4 and 14 death match, the classic competitive game type from UT. That and capture the flag, probably the most commonly played team game types. So Amp goes down. Spixie has just a couple of seconds left to that sniper rifle, and a nice boot jump sniper straight downwind there, and that could be a highlight reel play. Rocket juggling going on. Oh, and Spixie misses the easy mid-air jump pad shot. We'll go down into the shield belt spawning soon, but from what we've seen lately, it seems like BRD will likely be sending 2 to 3 people here. Actually, they're a little bit late, so Spixie shows up just a couple seconds late. Psy in position to grab it, and there he goes. So Psy comes in, they get a couple of kills sweeping through, and SOW showing up in force this spawn. So this is what we talked about. If they want to regroup, they're only about 2/3 of the way through this map. If SOW can regroup, challenge some of these power-ups, they do have a chance to come back in this one. So Amp spawns any second. We're going to go above and look at BRD just circling that power-up. 2 people with boots. So what we're seeing is BRD not just controlling that sniper. Oh, the headshot by Tamer. Plus the double damage. That will do it. Like I was saying, not just controlling the sniper rifle and the shock rifle, but also controlling the jump boots. Because, I mean, like we saw before, those jump boots can lead to power-ups. And on so many of these maps, it gives you such great access to steal them right from underneath your opponent's nose. Ooh, and he goes down. So not a whole lot happening on that Amp run. Avalanche, meanwhile, did take that belt. So BRD with another belt under their belt. Down to a 16 frag lead though, so SOW slowly making headway. Now that clock's going to start ticking down. They're going to need to pick it up. They're kind of inching their way back into this one, but BRD is not making it easy. Momentum just kind of wavering back and forth between these two, and in that about a quarter to a third of the way into this match, that's really where I think BRD took advantage of those power-ups, was able to build this lead, and kind of just been front running for the last few minutes. Back up to a 20 frag lead. They've been pretty much dead even the last few minutes. The last couple minutes, I should say. Now we got an Amp and a shield belt spawning at the same time. Go down to the belt for just a split second here. Looks like BRD sending a couple of people already there. We've got Amp spawning as well. Let's go to the Amp because this could be key. If SOW can grab some more of these Amps. Ooh, a special going down. Tamerlane right on top. So Tamerlane has just been owning that room. Grabs the Amp, has the sniper rifle, gets the immediate kill. Just running around the map. Oh, 3 kills in a row. Tamerlane on fire right now, trying to put this one away. Ooh, this shock from behind takes him out. So actually not a huge run there by Tamerlane, but that flurry of kills right off the bat. Getting 3 quick kills, and as importantly, I think, staying alive and not passing that power up over. So we're heading down to the shield belt. Shield belt's going to be up in about 10 seconds. BRD has been all over these. They've had 2 people, and there you see Tamer down there, flicking there, Spixie getting there, still very, very interested in holding these power-ups. The entire team there. All 4 BRD went down to grab this shield belt, trying to stay in control, make sure that they close this match out strong, and pushing it up now to a 26 frag lead. So it looks like that's going to do it. So SOW fought back. They were tied really dead even early in this match. BRD just, eventually that power-up control just became too much. I mean, you look at that, 10 to 3 belts. Pretty much even on the 100 armor is the best. You look at the Amps there, though. So it's 6 to 2. That's the grabs off of the spawn. But look at the time, 164 seconds versus 54 seconds. Only really a couple of decent Amp runs for SOW. BRD's had multiple. Tamerlane, you just saw it that last one. Got 3 quick kills with it. Center doing a great job neutralizing at that time, but I think it's going to be a little too late for them to really make much happen. However, we do have a second 4v4 TDM game right after this. Both games are worth 1 point each, so of course you definitely don't want to give up on these games mentally. Even if the first map you're down, you have every opportunity to come back and make that point up in map 2. So Definitely want to try to build some momentum for that. All right, so we're going to close this one out. We'll take you up to the scoreboard to see one more extended view. Look at that, significantly more damage done by BRD, and I think that's largely a consequence of just that power up and map control. They were able, their strategy was pretty clear here. They didn't bother splitting. It didn't look like, I don't think they were putting a ton of people over to hold the 100 vest area, but they did swoop around. They sent people to every power basically every time it spawned. And when you do that, you're going to be in good position. And Special, of course, dropping a 5k damage bomb, so a great game for him. There it is, map 1 going to BRD. SOW though, looking to pull that point back in map 2 coming up here in just a second. Let me see if we've got a match page for these two. Doesn't look like it yet, so I'm not sure what the maps are going to be yet, but we'll find out. So it'll be a surprise. It'll be like a piñata. So think of this as an Unreal Tournament piñata here today. Oh, I see. So it looks like they're going to perhaps change hosts. Are they going to Phoenix? Okay, so we're going to be playing in Germany, so give them a chance to get that server up and running. We will move over then to our bracket page. Bing, there we go. It's like magic. So yeah, you can see we got BRD versus SOW, G-Din versus SOW. So we've seen actually a couple double headers today. SAS and SOW both playing back-to-back matches. SOW in the morning versus BRD and G. Absolute with the doubleheader playing against SAS and Crowd Control. Two very intriguing games there. Absolute, of course, going to be an extremely dangerous team this year. SAS won last year almost unopposed. I mean, they second place last year, almost unopposed, but All Stars was able to eke them out in the grand final by 1 point. So definitely SAS got to be coming in the favorites this season. CC though has looked like a very dangerous team themselves. They kind of got better. They're much like SOW. I feel like they got better and better as last year went on. Very curious to see where they move in the future, how they improve over time. Looks like Tempest is up, so Tempest will be map 2 between SOW and BRD. Head back over there right now and jump into this one. There we go. All right, Anzuoff in chat giving me the breakdown on the maps. Appreciate that. Anzu, is that on the website somewhere, or is that just something from Discord? Sorry, I keep bonking my head. I'm sorry. If you hear any sounds that sound like my face smashing into my mic, don't worry, it's just my face smashing into my mic. We'll work on that. It is early Sunday morning and I'm all about self-improvement. Oh, gotcha. Oh, looks like they're rehosting elsewhere. I was wondering why they were running around like that. I was like, man, they're running around an awful lot like a bot right there. Well, that's all right. That gives me a minute to do a couple things on the back end. Movie magic happening. Also drinking tea because if you look at my VODs on my screen, I actually, or on my Twitch profile, I actually did some casting last night, some impromptu. They had another tournament going on, and jumped in there, so if my voice is recovering a little bit, bear with me. It's been a long weekend. We did our own tournament Friday for another game that is not sponsored by any of our sponsors, but let's see what we got going on here. Cloudbot, commands, add command. There we go. Okay. All right, don't worry about how the sausage is made. Thank you for that link, Anzu, for that information. Phoenix, Germany. Looks like this is our server. We'll jump in and get into the game. I think they're just creating it still. Okay. So players are in here, so just a moment while it loads up. We're looking for 4v4 on Tempest. Looks like it's going to be Psy's game, and here we go, jumping in. And of course, anyone who wants to follow along, see the rankings, etc., you saw in my browser there. It's UTProLeague.com. So make sure you check that out, and of course, follow, like, whatever you do on the internet to raise your edge gaming. Sponsors of this illustrious tournament. Really, I guess it's not a tournament; it's more of a season, right? So season 1, season 2, of course, coming from RYE, putting up the money, putting up the infrastructure, letting everyone play organized video games together. And in this case, on Tempest, just a classic map. I mean, Tempest coming all the way back from the UT 99 demo. One of the original Team Deathmatch maps in the UT franchise. I mean, not discounting the Unreal multiplayer itself, but as far as UT itself, yeah. Tempest, as old as it gets. Yeah, Tempest, Morpheus, Phobos, Turbine, and I think I'm forgetting one. In any case, yeah, one of the oldest ones around. Really cool to see it remade and played in the newest version of this game. All right, looked like we maybe had a drop from BRD. I'm not sure if they're swapping someone out. Was that Spixie that jumped out? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're probably not replacing Spixie. Maybe he had to restart or something, though, so we'll give him a minute. Ronte in chat suggesting that Spacer was BRU's best map. Could be. One thing I don't see without access to the exact map picks and stuff, I'm not sure which pick or which map was which team's pick. Obviously, BRD looked very comfortable in Spacer. They were out in front of all the power-ups. They controlled the, controlled the key sniper shock to jump boots area for sure, and the ability to do that while also challenging and grabbing 100 armors, not something to be taken for granted. That's not an easy thing to do necessarily. So SOW, perhaps their map pick here on Tempest. Tempest going to be a little bit, I wouldn't say Spacer is a small map, but it's a little bit compressed. Actually kind of reminds me of DM Compressed from 2K3 days. Tempest going to be a little bit more spaced out. Here we go, players are ready. Here's your countdown, 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you map 2 between these two. Ooh, Memphis with the early takedown with that Enforcer. We'll follow him as he eats some goo for breakfast. Luckily, he's got some health bubbles underneath him to follow that up. Remember, got to keep that balanced breakfast. And trying to pick up shock ammo, doesn't realize he's already at max ammo, so interesting start there, but we do have 5 seconds until this first vest pops. Let's see if we've got anyone contesting it yet. Players kind of organizing right now, trying to get weapons under their belts. Spixie does grab it, has a sniper in his hands. He goes down. There's nothing happening for that first grab. Let's go on board. Let's just say Avalanche. We're kind of jockeying for position here. We've got this first shield belt popping in about 15 seconds. Let me back up. Give you an, oh, and he gets turned into juice by Senator with that flat cannon. And you see Spixie up in position for that shield belt. It's going to be in a dangerous spot though with rockets flying at him. He manages to get away clean. Flick Switch also grabs the 100 armor, so BRD continuing their trend all over these power-ups. SOW still staying slightly ahead in this one. This is what we saw pretty much the first quarter to third of the map on Spacers. SOW able to stay in it, even take the lead despite power-up domination by BRD, but eventually it just became too much for them. So we'll see what happens in this one as we progress. Now Spixie here, you see, is still 150 armor and the jump boot, so an opportunity here to go on a full amp run, completely stacked up. He needs another weapon though, so we'll see if a teammate drops one for him, or if he can pick up a shock rifle or something. 150 armor. Oh, and you see him not able to deny that armor, so Special probably going to go down here, but able to do some damage. But now Spixie out of ammo and actually no armor left, so pretty good job neutralizing that power up. Unfortunately, he also has double enforcers with amp, and that is a scary combination. You see him 44 damage a shot right there. And you got the dual enforcers, such a high rate of fire. Just an absolute brawl so far this game. Oh, Memphis again with the enforcer kill. I wonder how many enforcer kills he's had so far. Okay, only the 2. They just happen to be on screen. 30% accuracy with the enforcer. Obviously cheating. So we do have simultaneous power-ups popping right now. We got shield belt up top there and the amp. Now on this map in particular, you saw where that amp was up top in the rafters. You basically need jump boots to grab those. So with jump boots kind of cycling through players in different situations, it's not uncommon to have that amp be delayed by quite a bit in this map. So you see SOW taking control of this shield belt room. It's one that you can get control of. You can see there's only a few entrances to it, so it's very defensible. So sometimes you'll see teams stick a single player up there the entire map, and that'll just be their position. Tamerlane, meanwhile, grabs amp, so see Psy able to grab that belt. BRD, though, grabbing that amp, and we'll see what Tamerlane can do. No armor behind him, so he has to be a little bit cautious here. You'll notice this map is pretty old school with this design. A bunch of separate rooms, largely, connected by corridors and tight doorways, so there's a lot of choke points. If a team knows that you're trying to attack from a certain angle, they can really throw a lot downrange there and pretty much just disappear, or pretty much make you disappear instantly if you turn the corner against some rockets or some link. Jump boots again going to Tamer. We have 10 seconds till the belt spawns. Let's head over there right now. Fly around the map for you to give the view of SOW. Still sticking around up top. You see flat balls coming down. May have actually done some team damage, but Senators down low, giving them protection. So SOW now really committing themselves to grabbing these shield belts. I think that may be key for them. I'm not sure if it's a change in strategy or just a matter of map comfort, but already on top of the power-ups, at least from a belt perspective. Oh, and Memphis with the full flak on Flick. Amp's gonna spawn in 10 seconds. Can they get someone? Oh, and Tamerlane kamikazes, but takes out that shield belt. So pretty even trade there, able to take out the belt, neutralize that power-up. Sign a killing spree, so we're drawing dead even, but a couple of players able to go on some runs here. We'll see what happens. Looks like Special has jump boots. He's right up top, grabs that amp in mid-jump. Oh, but he goes down instantly. That means that amp is going to be on the ground. Memphis able to grab it down to 13 HP. He goes down. Try to get over to it. You see Psy grabbing it. We'll try to go on board with him. He's going to have it in at least a couple of weapons. He goes down to a headshot. Spixie going to earn himself an amp. They are just playing hacky sack with this amp right now. So Spixie decides to engage in honorable fisticuffs and allow that amp to expire before turning the corner and getting the kill with the sniper rifle. Oh, eats a rocket though for his trouble. Luckily for him, he gave up that armor to his teammate, otherwise it would have been completely neutralized. Psy, meanwhile, with another belt under his, well, in his pocket, we'll say. So drawing dead even again on the 100 armors between these two, but belt this time completely in SOW's favor. However, keep an eye on that amp. They weren't able to really get any headway on the amp on Spacer, and they haven't had much opportunity this map either. They're going to have to try to get control, I think, of those jump boots, which BRD seems to be making a concerted effort to have people running that in their rotation. Psy right now just doing devastating damage with that Link gun. Super low health and able to turn people away with it. I think this, like I say, is this map in particular, any maps with these tight choke points and corridors, you can really defend yourself effectively with Link. It almost becomes like a blitz or assault situation where you're just begging people to turn a corner and dive into it. U damage did get grabbed by Tamerlane. It's going to be very dangerous, but needs some armor under his belt if he wants to be super aggressive. Tamer, of course, an excellent hit scanner, so anytime he's got Shock or Sniper in his hands, you want to watch out, especially if he's got an amp running at you. Smart move there by Psy, actually, to bait him out into that combo. Flick switches behind him to grab that amp, but not much time on the clock, so he will get a kill with that Link, but... Oh, nice patient headshot. You saw him basically just aiming, just imagining where his head was going to be 2 seconds in advance. Stopped, took his watch out, ate a sandwich, waited for his opponent to walk right into it, took that headshot, and then a full flak, just to give us the full gamut of damage here. Oh, we are going to have belt spawning in a second, so we're going to head over to that. Just in time, actually, to see BRD sneak in and grab it. So you see BRD taking control of the room, flipping control of that back, and that could be a problem for SOW, because while last map they sort of stayed in the game despite the power-up control situation, in this map I think they've been staying in the game because of it. BRD has sort of been, on the other hand, they've been staying in this game, fighting their way back in despite not really having control of that belt. I think largely the amp has been what's keeping them in it. But if they can then get control of that belt, then that could really turn things around, and SOW could be in trouble. But as it is, we're just about halfway into this one. So still plenty of time for anything to happen. Only a 4-point lead for BRD. Amp is up right now. We'll go up top with it. You see Tamerlane calling people over. Says, anyone have jump boots? Doesn't look like it. See that Amp just chilling, burning away right now. Oh, Tamerlane goes back. He's got jump boots. We'll see if he's able to get up there and grab it. He does get a clean grab. It's so important on this Amp in particular, the placement of it. You have to have teammates covering you. It's such a dangerous spot. The last thing you want to do is use your jump boots to grab that Amp, get killed in midair, and then drop it right onto an enemy. Oh, Tamerlane with a team kill right there. You got to be careful. We talked about how easy it is to spam down corridors in this map. And that can damage you sometimes by hitting your teammates just as easily as it can turn away the other team. Tamerlane, though, looking very dangerous here. Again, shock rifle in his hand with an amp, very dangerous. And then 100 armor this time behind it. He knows sides back there. Oh, he runs out of ammo. You see that shock ammo just expiring. Tamerlane, of course, a high-level dueler, so really effective with every weapon, but that shock and sniper are going to be probably at when he's at his most dangerous. And right now, he's got both in his hands. We'll stick with him for now. We'll see if he circles back around to that belt room. His BRD right now clinging to a 6-frag lead, pushing it up to 7 as we approach the final third of this map. If they can go on a good amp run, maybe get a belt first. We'll head over to Shield Belt. Looks like SOW back in control of that room. We'll go on board with Psy as he tries to claw his team back into this one. They're gonna need an amp run, or at the very least they need to neutralize the amp runs by BRD. You see the standoff there, kind of just spam versus spam, sort of going Revolutionary War style, just lining up across from each other, taking shots. Spixie with the amp grab and the amped enforcer kill, pulling out the pistol, passing this one back and forth, and eventually Spixie ends up with it, and this is not where SOW wants to be. This could be BRD's chance to pull away and really solidify a victory here. Ooh, nice kill there by Spixie. All right, we got another belt popping. SOW's been doing a great job controlling this belt. BRD's fought back a couple of times. Now we see Psy with it again. I mean, you can see Psy with 4 grabs of the belt himself, twice as many as BRD as a team. However, look at that amp time, 159 seconds to 10 seconds. That is pretty much the difference in the game right now. Still only 11 frag game though, so don't want to call it like it's over, but SOW's got to start looking at that scoreboard and maybe making an adjustment. Like I said, they've done a great job holding down that belt. Actually, let's take a quick look. I want to compare the I want to compare the vest. Looks like 14 to 6. So BRD also taking those 100 armors. So you sort of think about the map being split in half. You can kind of see it in the top right on that mini map. Imagine a vertical split north to south right across it. BRD's basically been holding that left side. You can see 4 of them lined up around that 100 armor vest, that flat cannon kind of area. SOW this time grabbing an amp though, so Special grabs it, gets the amped sniper kill, goes down though. Is he gonna pass that? Yes, he does. Passes that amp right back to the opponents, and that is unfortunate. They got exactly what they needed, but didn't have the teammates there to back it up, and that could be the first final step in BRD taking this one. But as I was saying, you see that mini map. Imagine it being bifurcated from top to bottom, and that left side being BRD's domain. They've been in control of that 100 armor. They've been pushing over to that amp, and of course the jump boots right in that area as well. SOW's been all over the shield belt area and holding that ramp room. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of other resources around that section of the map. They got a 50 armor down near it. They got a couple of weapons, but it just hasn't been enough. And that amp's been running in here as BRD has been grabbing it, pushing in, and clearing out whatever rooms they jump into. So another belt spawns, and I would imagine, yep, Psy right on top of it. So, I mean, you can't fault the control of that room. I think SOW is definitely comfortable with that, but unfortunately for them, looks like they're going to run out of time here as BRD. Ooh, just front running at this point. Flo, this is map 2 SOW. I think this was their map pick. BRD was on Spacer. They took Spacer by about the same score differential last map. So it looks like both 4v4 maps going to go to BRD. Of course, we'll have 2v2 best of 3 coming up next for that third point of this matchup, and then 2 dual best of 3s to close things out. Ooh, a nice headshot there by Tamerlane mid-air, and then eats some goo. We have seen just a rich cornucopia of kills this map. I mean, everything from goo kills to headshots to direct rockets like there from the jump boots by Flick Switch. A little bit of everything on display this game. Belt is up, and there you go. Memphis this time grabbing it. So we're going to close this one out. It looks like SOW is going to run out of time. A very clear advantage for them in the shield belts on this map. But BRD, I mean, you can see their strategy, just soaking up those 100 armors. They contested the belts a couple of times. You can see they grabbed a couple, but mostly all over those amps. So it's an interesting point on this map. If you concede the shield belt, but you control some of the weapon areas and the jump boots, that can lead to amps, which can lead to neutralizing those belts. And that's kind of a classic team deathmatch, you know, strategy and counter strategy there. If you commit all of your resources to one area, the other team can lock you in if you overcommit. Flick Switch now on a rampage. We'll go on board with him as he finishes this one off strong. Oh, and the close range goo again. Tamerlane going to close this one out with an amp. Nope, he's going to drop it to Senator. Senator with one more opportunity to maybe get himself some highlights. I don't know who's going to be playing in the 2v2, so keep in mind, you know, we saw map 1. This is obviously map 2. Both 4v4 is going to go to BRD, but SOW still has to keep in mind that they've got 2 duels and a 2v2 best of 3 to try to take more points. They could still come out ahead of this matchup, so you definitely don't want to let yourself mentally get frustrated or slip here. That said, BRD is looking pretty good so far. 2 maps of this matchup. Time expires and 2 points to BRD. And we'll go exit this hub. So key to that one, I mean, again, just power up control. I think that was the biggest differentiator between those 2 maps. And SOW, again, one to keep an eye on as they develop this season. You feel like they're just just a couple steps away from really being a contender. So it looks like, checking back in, sorry, I'm looking at the sheet now to get an idea of what we're going to see next. So 2v2 TDM. I guess, actually, I'm not sure which hub they're going to be playing on, so we'll keep an eye out on that. Here it is. Okay, there it is. Special and Spixie, Avalanche, and Psy in this game. Jumping in here. Okay, so it looks like Cannon's going to be map 1. Cannon, kind of an intriguing 2v2 map, all told. So there we go. Avalanche and Spixie versus Psy and Special jumping in here. So Cannon, of course, being kind of a medium-sized map as far as 2v2 is concerned, but very open. So a lot of opportunity for Shock Rifle and Sniper going on. A lot of chances even for Shock Rifle to push people off the map. Something to keep an eye on. You do see him grabbing those jump boots right there. Lots of maneuverability. This is one of the wilder maps from a 2v2 perspective. Just how much you can fly around. You're going to spend a lot of time in midair, a lot of time, you know, kind of walking on the precipice of getting knocked off the map. And of course, we do have that Cannon, the namesake of the map. Nobody's sitting by it right now. Actually, right here, we're going to see him walk over. So that Cannon to the right here, that will be where your amp spawns. And hopefully we'll see it in action. Of course, if someone's standing on that cannon and somebody shoots it, it will blast them across the map out into that bay or whatever over there, out into the water, where they will be eaten alive by some form of killer whale, megalodon, sharky, evil thing of nightmares. It's like readies are coming. Like reasonably even pings between these two. Okay, so Spixie calling for just a second here. And players are ready, so here we go. Here is your countdown, 3, 2, 1. Then it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you the 2v2 between BRD and SOW. We are on our early match, getting the day started right. BRD took both 4v4 maps, so off to a great start here. SOW, though, is fighting back in all of them. We'll see what they can do in 2v2. We're on Cannon here, and hoping that we see, the namesake of this map in action. 5 seconds until this first belt spawns. The belt kind of tucked away, one of the few close-range areas in the map that you're really going to see fighting over. Basically, the power-ups is it. You've got the shield belt and the 100 armor vest and some close range areas. Everything else is going to be pretty much medium to long range fighting. So don't be surprised if you see some flat cannon, maybe some bio rifle kills around those. There you see the shield belt up there. This is going to be one of those tighter areas. Rocket's flat can come into play here. Look like Spixie trying to hit him from a distance. We'll go on board with Spixie to see, just trying to get some sniping shots. Some peak shots across the way. They're opting to sit back into this 100 armor area. Interesting move. They already just picked it up. I think they're just waiting to get Avalanche's shock rifle so they can contend. And already it's working out. Taking out Psy, or Psy rather. Special still running around with 150 armor. He's going to make a move over here on that amp. Oh, the jump boot's so important for closing the gap on this map. Looking for that air rocket, but couldn't quite get a bead on him. But you're going to see him getting that kill with the sniper rifle. And this is that cannon. That's the amp spawns. He's going to shoot the cannon. Ooh, and just jumps off of it in time before anyone else can try to shoot him off. So Special now with a great opportunity to try to put some points on the board with an armored amp run and sniper rifle in his hands, just looking for targets. Close range 1 kill there on Avalanche. He does have a stinger, so he can pull that out if he's catching people off the spawn. Wouldn't be surprised to see it. Ooh, and getting caught down in the water, that's a dangerous spot. Hard to get out of there on this map. So smart play there. Special down to 26 HP, so he's just bouncing those flak shards off the wall, not trying to expose himself. But staying alive, Amp in his possession. Sometimes it's as important to stay alive with Amp, avoid giving it to the opponent, as it is to get mini kills. So good example of that by Special. Nice job dodging the shock combos right there, and then getting the flat cannon kill up close. Special on a killing spree with some very clever maneuver there. Ooh, and almost sneaks up behind Spixie. I don't think he knew it was there. He would have had out probably the flat cannon instead of the sniper rifle. No damage happening there, but as we see, SOW in the lead on this one. We are going to have Shield Belt and Amp spawning at the same time. Off screen, you saw the headshot by Spixie. He's been a headshot machine so far in these TDM games. All right, looks like fight over the Shield Belt to the right. You got Amp to the left. Avalanche versus Special. Special's going to grab that belt. Anyone in position for this Amp? Spixie actually grabbing the 100 armor. No weapons, but he's in position to try to take this Amp. Psy fighting him over it. Psy's going to get the kill. Ooh, dangerous move. Oh, he gets blasted off the map. You can see him trying to bounce back, but there is the munch. And that power-up has effectively been neutralized. So you'll see players trying to fight their way back off. If you get blasted off by that cannon, there is a couple of opportunities for you to save yourself, particularly if you have jump boots. But that time, not able to make it happen, and that power-up goes into the abyss. So that's a heads-up play too. You know, seeing that you're not going to get that power-up. You can hit that cannon from many different points of the map. You can hit it with any weapon, so it's a heads-up play there to keep an eye on that power-up. Knew it was spawning, and even if you're not in position to grab it, you can at the very least neutralize it. Belt spawn. Special in great position for it. Perfect timing. Ooh, nice move, and he's going to go on a rampage right now. Has he died yet? He died twice early on, and then 10 straight kills, 11 straight kills. Special right now just taking over this map. Not a ton of armor. In fact, I don't think anyone in this map has really established themselves as running around with a ton of armor the whole time, so credit Special for staying alive. This is such a vulnerable map. Which is to say that it's hard to really put a wall to your back. Oh, nice back-to-back snipers. May have saved him from a shot combo there. Now could get a spawn kill here. Avalanche is right in front of him. See him trying to guess which way he's going to go, trying to set up those shock traps. Oh, and he gets taken out by his own rocket up close. It's actually a really smart move. When your opponent has rockets out and all you've got is Enforcer, if you can dive into their face, at the very least you force them to damage themselves. So Amp is up. We're going to see a smart move there. So what Spixie did there, he actually shot the cannon himself to set it off, and there's a bit of a cooldown period. Grab that Amp during the cooldown period. Able to get a clean grab. Ooh, not getting launched into the jaws of the monster down in the deeps. Depths, rather, I guess. In any case, Spixie's got 100 armor and an Amp under his belt. He's going to be running at him. You saw him. It's actually a pretty smart move there. He jumped right up that jump pad and just skirted over the edge of it. So it's a fairly unconventional attack angle, because most people who jump up there are going to hit that jump pad and get blasted away. He used those boots to get right over the edge, try to take an unconventional angle, maybe try to get the jump on him. Didn't work, but just kind of an interesting little movement there to keep an eye on. Things like that can really make a difference in this map if you have some, I guess, cheeky ways, some clever ways to move around the map and surprise people. Still 12 seconds till this belt spawn, so Psy a little bit early here. Gonna try to make him pay, but coming up that lift is gonna be extremely dangerous. It's a very defensible position up here. BRD though, trying to storm the keep and take control of that power up. SOW right on top of it though, and Psy staying alive still. He's got a 2-to-1 KDR right now, really separating himself from the pack so far in this game. Amp's gonna spawn in 8 seconds though. Back up just a bit and see if anyone's in position to grab it. You see that kill on Avalanche. Amp will spawn. You can get up there like any other maps. Those jump boots going to be so useful for snatching power-ups away, even if you're out of position. Amp is up. Special's going to be in position. He's going to shoot that cannon, grab it. Oh, he's a little bit late to grab. He's got to be careful. Luckily for him, nobody was in position to blast him off. You saw it. It's a little bit awkward. There's a very tight window, even if you do activate the cannon yourself. you have to be careful, because if you're just a step too late, you're going to leave a window open for someone else to shoot it after you grab it before you step off. A lot of folks will grab it and then immediately use jump boots to get into the air, to try to protect themselves. But as it is, Special gets away, gets a couple of kills with that amp, down to 8 HP on the run. Oh, and goes down to that Link, and Spixie now in a killing spree of his own, trying to bring BRD back into this one. Control of that shield belt, though, has been all SOW. In fact, literally all SOW. 7-0 on the belts. Picking up more of the amps, and really that time, though, more important. 62, 2-1 with the amp timing. And that was something that's flipped around. In 4v4, BRD was dominant with the amps, and depending on the map, you know, they basically dominated whichever power-ups they wanted. Made full use of them, and SOW couldn't really grab a foothold there. In the 2v2 so far, another story, but you see BRD still clawing their way back into this one, only down 5, so anything can happen in the second half of this map. And just a reminder, 4v4 is 1 point per map. 2v2, only point will happen if you win the best of 3, so we will see at least 2 maps played here. You gotta win 2 to get that point. We see them hovering over that amp. We're going to go take a look at it. Amp is up. We saw some people kind of buzzing around it. You see Psy with that. Oh, he gets blasted off the map again. Gets the flak ball kill and another one in midair. Psy able to get that kill on his way to the briny depths. He's going to go for it again. Ooh, nearly gets blasted off. Psy, though, we're there with the insane shock rifle kill from across the map. That's an old school elimination. That's diving off the map with your jump boots, not even caring. That actually reminds me of playing CTF Face back in the day in Instagib, and you get knocked, you know, you fall off the map because you're an idiot. And you just try to get that last second redemption kill. And that 1 or 2 times you ever got to do that was just classic. Even when Psy is dying right now, he's still winning. Like, he is just on a tear right now and grabbing that amp. Keeping in his team's control, but BRD now pulling within 3 as soon as I say that. Of course, that is the caster's curse in full effect. We'll go on board with Spixie. Ooh, big flak ball to the face. Another follow-up with the primary and another flak ball. Spixie did so much damage to Special right there. Nice midair shot, though, by Special. Special is so dangerous with that sniper rifle. We've seen what he can do in the past. And in a map like this, someone like Special can really go nuts. If he can hit, you know... Uh-oh, it looks like a little bit of lag happening here. So we're going to get off of Special. I don't want to be cursing him here on stream in the middle of a match. But look at that ping jumping up. It looks like it's maybe... Nope, it's not settling. This could be a problem for SOW. They're up by 5, but with 5 minutes to go, a bit of a ping spike by Special. Looks like it's settling back down. Hopefully it doesn't throw him off too much, but definitely a few seconds there. He was suffering some issues. Spixie going to be in position now to grab this amp. If shooting him off it, you can see Special in position. And this is your cat and mouse game right now. Spixie just kind of playing peekaboo. He needs to grab it, but he has to have that cannon deactivated. It has to be red after shooting it before he can grab it. Otherwise, he might go for a swim. Oh, and there is the blast. Psy knocked off the map yet again. Boom, and the munch. Another cannon blast. So we are seeing that in full effect this game. Meanwhile, Special got a double kill away from the play. NBD, whatever. Feeling cute, might get a double kill later. Whatever. IDK. Alright, we're playing with y'all. This is what happens when you wake me up early in the morning, y'all. 10 seconds till this belt spawns. We haven't seen a lot of extended fights over this belt so far. It's been pretty much whoever gets there first. And more often than not, it's been SOW. BRD has the position now, maybe to grab one, and Spixie does get it under his belt. Is that the second one they've grabbed? Yeah, it looks like that's going to be only the second belt for them. And the first half of this game was entirely SOW's control, so BRD doing what they need to do to get back into this one. Big flat ball, trying to get the secondary, or the second kill there with the primary. Ooh, and Special knew exactly where he was going. There's health bubbles down in that water, but it's such a dangerous spot. You are just swimming around, hoping that nobody sees you. Nice use of the Link primary there, turning that corner. And Avalanche pulling back within 5. This is such a close game right now. I mean, it's a 5-frag lead, but neither team... Oh, and big flak ball by Spixie. We're actually been seeing some pretty nutty flak ball kills this game. For a map that's usually dominated by shock and sniper and a lot of that hit scan long range action, we've seen some really, really nice kills with it. Amp is up, and this is getting so critical. There's only 2 amps left in this game. And a 6-frag lead here by SOW. You see the Enforcer duel going on between Spixie and Special. Special's going to wins it. He's going to circle around. Excuse me, he wins it. Circling around. Psy going to grab it without activating the cannon. Dangerous move. Now, sometimes people will do that. Ooh, an Avalanche with a double kill combo with 4 HP. Grabs himself an amp on top of it. Huge clutch kill there by Avalanche. He does go down, but neutralizes the power-up. Gets a double kill. Pulls within 5. And now we're within 4. Spixie with an amp and a sniper rifle and a chance to bring his team right back into this one. There's one shot. If he can follow it up, it would be huge. They get the link gun kill down by 3 now with 2 minutes to go. Doing the close range sniper going to be very difficult against that Enforcer. Smart move, just diving at him, putting a lot of pressure on him to hit those shots. This is the next to last, I believe, shield belt spawning. So with the 4-frag lead, SOW is going to be all over this one. Psy already waiting for it. He dominated, 2 sniper shots in a row, though, and Spixie takes him out. Both armors going to BRD. This is absolutely a critical point in this match. They are completely stacked compared to SOW. SOW has to decide. They have to group up and figure out, do they want to ambush, or do they want to just kind of play it cool, let time run out a little bit, try to find their way around the map and grab themselves some armor. With only a 3-frag difference, that can disappear instantly in this map. They can't be happy just hiding, but they're going to try to bait them into it. 100 armor is going to go back to Spixie, so no armors still for SOW. They're soaking up some vials, just trying to stay alive. I doubt you're going to be able to run and avoid an engagement for a minute and a half on this map, especially with amp spawning right now. They have to keep an eye on that. Do they want to deny it? Do they want to try to blast them off the map? How aggressive can SOW afford to be? They don't contest it at all, so Spixie's got the amp and some armor, down by 2 with a minute to go, and this is his opportunity to pull right back into this one. Oh, the amped headshot up the ramp. Dodging those flak ball smiley faces. Eats one, but has that amp link gun, and it's tie game with a minute to go, and all of the momentum and power-up control is in BRD's favor. And there it is. There is the lead. BRD fighting their way back into this one in the last minute, tying it up and taking the lead. And with all the power-ups in their control, the big rocket there by Psy, taking him out. Only 40 HP left for him. BRD goes back on top of it with the link gun kills. Up by 2 now with 30 seconds to go. This is the last opportunity. Sniper rifle going to Psy. What can he do with it? Though he's going to throw it to Special. Probably a smart move there. Special's such a deadly sniper. And with only 20 seconds to go, they have to be almost reckless at this point. And you can see the strategy there by BRD, waiting for them to come around the corner, just baiting them into attacking. Nice flank there, though. They get one kill. They need one more kill. Oh, there is the rocket kill, and that may do it. Going up by 2 with 5 seconds to go. I think SOW is just going to run out of time. They're 1 kill short. And there you have it. The comeback by BRD. SOW dominated the power-ups through the first half of the map. Wasn't able to build a big enough lead. BRD kept their composure, came back. So really impressive comeback there. Able to get control of those amps, and at the very least we saw some neutralization. Remember, we saw those cannon kills coming into play. And look at that, 9 to 5 shield belts. I want to say the first 6 or 7 belts went to SOW. So BRD able to regroup. You see that damage difference, able to keep themselves alive by fragging. And then once they took control of those power-ups, really turned it on, came back in. I think there was less than a minute to go when they finally took a lead. But keep in mind, it is a best of 3, so if you're SOW, you got to keep your composure there. It can be kind of heartbreaking to lose a map like that, but you still have every opportunity to win the next couple and take this point in this matchup. Yeah, interesting. Interesting to analyze a game like that. Whenever there's a comeback in the last minute and there's a 1-point game like that, every single turning point, every single rocket, every single time you get a headshot to keep yourself alive. We saw the back-to-back snipes there at one point in the map to save. I think that might have been. It might have been Special actually, but saving himself from a shot combo. Turning that kill, like that's a 2-frag swing right there. And when it ends up being a 1-frag game, every little thing, every little moment, every little decision in that game becomes so crucial. And while we might have seen double-digit leads in the 4v4 matches, those were actually almost that close. I mean, obviously they weren't down to the last minute like that, but these two teams on the whole have been very, very even so far. So here we go. Looks like we're keeping the same lineups. We're going to be on focus this time. A little bit bigger. I would say this is probably the biggest 2v2 map that we're playing this season. So a little bit of a different vibe to it. More of a close to medium range combat. And we'll see what happens. All right, players, all ready. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you a 2v2 action. We just saw an absolute nail biter. SOW in control the whole game on Canada. BRD hanging in there. Took control the last couple minutes, fought their way back in, took the lead with less than a minute to go, and was able to hold on with the comeback victory. So SOW has to win 2 maps in a row now to try to get their first points of this matchup. BRD probably feels like they're playing with house money at this point. They're going to play fast and loose on this map. Sorry, right now they're looking pretty good with a whole heap and stack of steamy weapons. Ooh, you see the close range flak. So not just the power-ups on this map, really the whole map. A lot of opportunities for close and mid-range battles. So rockets and flak going to be huge on this map. You're going to see a lot of link gun battles on this map. Whereas cannon was largely long to, medium to long range. Lots of sniper and shock hit scan battles. You see that first shield belt going to special. We're going to stay with him for now. Spixie, meanwhile, grabbing that 100 armor. But a quick 5-0 lead by SOW. At this point, they got to feel like no lead is safe, and they're going to really want to push this as hard as possible. But yeah, the difference between the maps, so this map going to be a little bit more mid-range. You're probably going to see more combos, shot combos around corners, maybe even rocket spam, things like that coming into play. We did see some ping spikes by Special a little bit last game. He's up to 64 now, but we're going to stick with him. Nice amp grab with those jump boots. Just jump boots are so critical. We saw it on Tempest, but ooh, just giving you the opportunity to grab that amp on this map. It's actually not unlike Tempest. Nice double kill there by Special. Was absolutely going nuts right now in a killing spree. Dropped a flak for his teammate. Not happening, but looking for the spawn kill. Dodges that goo in a great patient combo, and then just lining it up, hitting the combo, then the dodge. Nice movement there by Special. Shield belt goes to Psy, and SOW right now absolutely dominating this game early on. So Special right now just holding down this 100 armor. A little bit of dead time here, but he does have the jump boots in his hands, so just trying to soak up some of that armor. It looks like it's not popping. Oh, a nice combo there. So that's great communication from his teammates. Tell him exactly where the opponents are. Anytime you get a long range prediction combo like that, it ain't just coincidence, folks. Still trying to fight. This vest actually doesn't spawn. I think it actually already got taken, so a little bit of a miscue there by SOW, perhaps losing track of the spawn, but is able to track down the kill, grab himself some shock ammo, and might want to get out of there. Yep, he's being double teamed right now. He's going to go down. Finally, Special's killing spree ends after a fast start for him, but amp is up. We're going to see if anyone grabbed those jump boots. It looks like BRD grabbed them, but he drops it immediately, and that's going to be Special now with the amp sniper rifle. He is so dangerous with that. Oh, and around the corner. 2 in a row, close range. Special putting all kinds of pressure on him with that close range link gun, but holding it down with the only weapon in his pocket. Psy now trying to eke out some more damage with the last few seconds and staying alive. Nice job. I actually like that move. Pulling out the link gun with that amp, trying to stay alive and at least do some retaliation damage even if he went down. So we're going to see a battle now. Ooh, nice goo, the air snot over the shield belt. Double kills going around. And Special able to sneak in there and grab it and get away. You see that rocket launcher up top, facing some flak, and this is what I was talking about, rockets versus flak around this belt. A lot of these battles are going to be happening on this map that maybe would have been sniper versus shock last map. And it does make me wonder with SOW on top, looking so good in the first third of this map, if that map style, if the weapon, you know, the weapon combos that you're using around the map are really making the difference. So maybe BRD showing themselves to have a hit scan advantage, feeling a little more comfortable with that style of map, while SOW maybe doing a little bit better at the close range brawling map. So we'll see if that comes into play if we do see a map 3. Oh, nice job there by Psy, protecting his teammate who was getting chased down by, I think, dual enforcers. Gonna go back and grab that amp. Not a lot of armor and health though to deal with, so he's got to be careful here. Spixie, ooh, grabbing that belt, and I think that's the first belt for BRD. Facing down the barrel of that amp, unfortunately for him. So Psy, though, smart move, backing up and getting the help, but he will drop that amp. They're gonna have a little bit of time left on it for Spixie. Oh, there's one kill with the enforcer, making the most of it. He's actually out of ammo for that shock rifle. Finally picks him up. Looking for another kill with the last couple shots. And nice job avoiding the amp runner there around the corner, but BRD still in this one. Yep, that was the first shield belt they've grabbed. And actually the first amp time for them as well. Power-ups dominated by SOW up to this point, but only a 12 frag lead. That's very similar to what we saw in Canon. First half or so, they were just dominating the power-ups, able to build a bit of a lead. Up to double digits at one point, if I recall. And BRD, though, just whittled their way back into it in the last 5 to 6 minutes. We'll see if they can do the same here, or if SOW can pull away and force a map 3. There we go, going on board with Specials. He's got full armor, some extra health on top, looking pretty stacked. Has himself a shock rifle, gonna have a sniper rifle in his hands and jump boots. So with this amp spawns in 2 seconds, he's gonna be extremely dangerous if he can get this in his hands. You can see him in position, but not wanting to dive into any shots. And there he goes, jumping up there with the amp sniper rifle. And this is gonna be a really big opportunity for Special to separate SOW from BRD even more. 2 big shots in a row. Eats some rockets, but again, that armor, so important, that belt protecting him. Runs out of jump boots, unfortunately. He's going to be close range here, sniper to sniper. I'm surprised he didn't pull out the stinger, but Special, so reliable with that sniper. He can actually do that. A lot of players can't get away with that. A lot of players, that would be a mistake, but I think for Special, he is so comfortable with that sniper. He is perfectly okay with a close range battle. So amp expires. Not a huge run, actually, so BRD, credit to them. Basically drawing even with that amp. No big loss there. It's a dangerous situation. If they go down by something like, you know, 20 or 30 in this map, or just about halfway through, 16 is something that you can come back from. You get into that 20 or 30 mark, it becomes much more difficult. So let's take a quick look. We got a little bit of time till the power-up spawn. Again, pretty much one-sided. The 100 armor, though, BRD is getting a good beat on. They did grab a shield belt finally, and even got a little bit of amp time. But SOW so far has been just dominant. And look at that, 1,000 more damage. So really just a dominant performance by SOW, and Special One in particular. He's got some armor. We'll go on board with him. Just having a monster game so far. And I gotta say, it's actually kind of interesting because this is what you wouldn't necessarily consider this a classic open, you know, hit scan heavy sniper map. Mostly short to medium range. We've seen Special hit some really difficult medium range sniper shots. Ooh, nice weapon combos there by Avalanche, doing a ton of damage on him, and a double kill with that flak. Looking for another one. Trying to close the gap here. And there it is. So a big amp run already here. Oh, and another one. Avalanche looking for the killing spree with one more shot. Can't find anyone, but he's going to be all over that health. Ooh, he's going to skip the health. Interesting move. I was about to say, that was a pretty dangerous spot. But I was just saying, so Special One, such a sniper-heavy player. Interesting to see him kind of going nuts on a map that's not traditionally a sniper map. Maybe finding himself a competitive advantage with the medium-range sniping. Oh, nice headshot there by Avalanche. You've seen a couple of headshots now in this matchup where people just throw their crosshair on a spot, wait for the enemy to jump into it, and then pop that trigger off. Classic predictive aiming, and that's something that as you watch, you know, high skill players play this game, a lot of the best players, a lot of the most accurate players, they're not just running in and just like twitching their mouse around all over the place and hoping that they hit the target. A lot of them use predictive aiming to try to make the shot as even as possible, lining players up ahead of time so they're not having to, you know, basically minimizing their variables. Think about it like, I don't know, shooting a free throw in basketball, right? You want to minimize your moving parts. That was a classic twitch shot there by Psy, though. The fall away, twitch your mouse up, hoping for a strike. Gets it. Amp in his hands now with the boots. And BRD still got quite a hill to climb. SOW, oh, the nice fall away sniper. Again, going up now, almost by 20, about to double up. BRD then get another kill. Oh, nice rocket. So the rocket's uphill there. You saw Avalanche. That's not an easy shot. There's a lot of splash damage on them in this game, but anytime the opponent's got the high ground and you've got rockets, that's going to be a really tricky situation. So good job there by Avalanche making that work for him. Still though, a 20, or I guess a 19 frag lead now for BRD, or excuse me, for SOW. BRD going to have a tough time coming back from this one as time starts ticking down. Nice rockets there by Psy. You saw the patience just shooting one out, turning around the corner, basically using the travel time of rockets, and that's just you're seeing a lot of subtle but advanced uses of weapons in this game, in this matchup between these two teams. Ooh, it looks like we are having the concession. So with 4 minutes to go, I mean, you can see this map was all SOW. BRD hung around for a while, but the power-ups just absolutely dominated by SOW. So there you have it, all one-sided second map. So that comeback by BRD, first map on Cannon, so critical. Able to force a map 3. SOW, of course, holding on this map. We'll see what happens next time. Looks like we're going to be on deck. So deck, that'll be an interesting one. We saw BRD come back on Cannon. Cannon being kind of a more open map. And then like we said, on Focus is a little bit more tight, a little bit kind of not necessarily close range, but a lot more close range and a little more of a medium range. Special thrived there, had a monster game. Deck is your classic wide open long range. There's going to be 2 sniper rifles, 2 shock rifles, lots of hit scan battles here. Very intrigued to see how this turns out. Does someone like Special continue his domination with that sniper rifle in that close to medium range, or does he end up getting caught in some long range battles where Spixie and Avalanche can maybe best him? Both these teams should be warmed up, so we will find out very quickly here. All right, players are ready, so buckle up for the tiebreaker map. And here is your countdown, 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here bringing you the tiebreaker map. We've seen them trade back and forth. BRD with the last minute, literally comeback in map 1 on Cannon. SOW came back with a vengeance. Map 2 just dominating, forcing an early concede, but BRD on top early here, 1-0. Ooh, a little bit of team damage there, gonna put him down to 10 HP. Spixie though, oh, with the headshot, protecting himself. Classic aim right down that hallway by the pit. Spixie right now just slinging his balls around. Nice tracking. You saw that aim there. Really, really patient shot. Remember, folks, when you're in midair, you have very low air control. Or I should say you have less than 100% control with that air control. On the ground, you got 100% control, so. Ooh, nice rocket there, catching him in midair. SOW fighting back, taking both armors, and this is their opportunity now if they can churn out some spawn kills to take an early lead. Do have amp spawning in 10 seconds. Ooh, getting trapped up top there. Very, very tough to get out of. Amp up now. It looks like we're going to have a clean grab. Ooh, nice combo off there, but Psy getting away. Luckily for him, had some armor. And Special with the takedown. Nice flank there. That's good teamwork. Basically, Psy just sat there and baited enemy player out while his teammates circled around and got the easy kill. So early on, SOW doing a great job staying together, but BRD, of course, going to stick around in this one. Oh, the nice headshot up top there. Amp gonna be pretty much overkill at that point, but 7-4, so 3 quick kills and another amped sniper shot the last second. The rocket down on top. Psy right now just raining damage down on BRD and taking that power up in the process. So the power ups continue to be all SOW's domain early on in this one. The killing spree by Psy. Has he died yet? Looks like he died early and then going on a tear. 5 in a row. Fall away sniper shots right there. Oh, and another one on Avalanche. Special was showing that off last map, and Psy showing that he can do the same thing, building an early lead here. And SOW has come out angry this game. Killing sprees by both players simultaneously. Psy and Special just dominating right now. But of course, only an 8 frag lead and very, very early on in this one. BRD has every opportunity to come back, but they're going to have to regroup here. And don't want this one to kind of get out of hand early. We do have Amp and Shield Belt spawning now. The belt in this map is in such a vulnerable position down low. It does get, delayed a little bit. So sometimes you will see these power-ups out of sync. Now what that does mean is that sometimes you can use those jump boots to grab multiple power-ups at once. Ooh, he does fall down. He has jump boots. 2 players though gonna double team him. Look, 10 and 9 health. So the 10 health player is gonna, oh, and he jumps into the goo down in the drink, and everybody going down. That shield belt going to Psy. That was a huge turnaround there. So BRD managing to kill him with a total of 19 HP, and they put themselves in position to grab the boots and the shield belt with the amp. Instead, going for a swim, neutralizing that amp, dying, and giving those kills right back. So a big turnaround there by BRD, and then right back at him from SOW. Alright, so some of that armor getting melted off, but Psy still looking extremely healthy. I mean, you see the efficiency by both players from SOW so far. Dominant performance up to this point, where we're just about a third of the way into this map. And remember, this is the tiebreaker, so winner of this map, ooh, you see another BRD member drinking the Kool-Aid down low there. A little bit early to that shield belt, and Amp's going to spawn any second as Psy actually decides to drink from the Green River for a minute. We do have Amps popping right now. The piston up there. Avalanche really wanted that one, but he goes down, and the double kill by Special. Close range flak. There's not a lot of opportunities for flak primary around that section of the map, but that is one of them. That shock rifle health box area, close range. Again, Special so deadly with that close to mid-range sniper. Most people, you would say, why are you taking that shot? Switch to flak. Get the easier damage. It's a much better weapon up close, but for Special, he is just that exception. I see him right now shooting 41% sniper accuracy, 46% flat cannon, but not a ton of shots. Oh, and the back-to-back following it up with a headshot. That is just unnecessary. You look at that, pretty even efficiency between Special and Psy right now, just dominating this map. So much more damage. And so I think the question becomes, you know, BRD, it wasn't this bad, but it looked kind of similar on Cannon, right? A wide open map. Psy and especially Special were running around just sniping everyone's heads off. Oh, meanwhile, Spixie answers right back, sniping his head off. But the question becomes, so how did BRD stage that comeback on Cannon? A wide open map, lots of hit scan capability. Probably more similar to this map than map 2. And I think they were able to change the flow of the game. They were able to dictate the flow of combat, make it more of a medium range game than a long range game. A little bit harder to do on this map. We do see a power up spawn. Special's gonna grab it, and Special with that amp sniper rifle immediately gets a kill. I think what we're seeing is that this map really does just exacerbate that advantage for SOW that they showed off in the beginning of Cannon, but then lost control of towards the end of that game. Now, that said, we're not even halfway through this one, so I don't want to talk like this one's over. It's obviously well in the hands of SOW at this point, but if some of these amps can start going to BRD, if they can get some extended runs, especially on this map, and if you're in mid with a sniper rifle and people are spawning in front of you, you can get off 3 to 4 kills instantly with that sniper rifle. Close range, you gotta watch out for that team damage shooting down those hallways, but back-to-back shots, still gonna take out Avalanche from a distance. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. We got a bit of a lull between power-ups. You can see Amp, Shield Belt, even the 100 armor, just all SOW right now as far as power-ups are concerned. So we're going to have both power-ups actually spawning around the same time. We'll go separate our camera. You got the shield belt down low. You got that amp up top. You can see both of them in view. Ooh, Spixie getting there a little bit early. Does manage to protect himself and grab it. Takes a little bit of damage, but gets away reasonably clean. Special grabbing that amp. There's that long-range hit scan battle. Special going to back away, so kind of a smart move. He's got the lead. He doesn't need to take any crazy chances that might give a power-up run to his opponent. Remember, if you die with that amp, you do go down, and he goes down. Spixie maybe gonna have a chance to grab that one, or maybe Avalanche. I think, oh, that amp may have dropped through the floor. So sometimes when an amp falls in the pit down here, it falls through the map, and I think that's what happened right there. So unfortunate for BRD. They neutralized the power-up, but not able to grab it for themselves and go on a run to counter. See the shot traps just back and forth, baiting the other person to jump around the corner. Nothing happening so far. We do have a shield belt spawn soon. Let's detach and take a look. You can see so many angles you can get to that shield belt. It's going to be all a matter of who has the timing. Spixie grabbed it last time. Spixie grabs it this time. And so BRD now still in this one and starting to assert a little bit of power-up control in this map. Keep an eye on that. If they can start soaking up all these armors. Ooh, and Psy neutralizes it with 10 HP. Spixie takes him down, but look at that. Spixie grabbed both armors, was completely maxed out, and all the way back down to 61 HP from someone who had 10 health. So really aggressive move there by Psy, but able to slow down Spixie after grabbing both armors. So nice aggressive move there by Psy. We do have an amp spawning. Let's see if anyone's in position for it across the map. You see Special and Avalanche fighting up, but Avalanche gets the kill and the power-up. So what can he do here? Another follow-up kill, and this is exactly what BRD needed. You need to find some respawning players, do as much damage as possible. They need to crank out some kills now while they can. And snipe from across the map. Special still relentless, but there is the close range snipe again by Special. Just continues to hit, and this time keeping exact timing on that power-up. So credit to Special on that one. It's one thing to keep exact timing of these power-ups whenever you have control of it. When the other team is jumping on it and you have to listen, you have to see, you have to be kind of perceptive. Keeping that timing a little bit harder, but was right on top of it, able to grab it back and trying to build that lead even further. So BRD with a nice couple minutes there, staging a comeback with the power-up control, but SOW all over things again. All right, Special got that 100 armor under his belt. Looking to push forward. 10 seconds till the belt spawns. 20 seconds till amp. Amps are going to start dwindling now. Only a few opportunities left if BRD wants to make a move to grab those. Ooh, Special miss timing the distance on that combo by just a bit. He's going to have to back out of there. Amp will spawn soon. Let's go up top and get a view of it. Avalanche underneath it. Almost dead, though. He's going to go down. Special with a nice jump. That's not an easy jump up top there. Gets the first kill off of it. Oh, and another 180 shot and the kill and the turnaround. So he goes down, but not after hitting some very impressive hit scan shots. And now Special is going to be running around. He does have a shock rifle. Dual amped enforcer is pretty spooky, so I do love watching people go on runs with that, but no gunslinger action this time. Just going to get the good old-fashioned shock primary poke. And with under 4 minutes to go, that might be the last opportunity BRD had to come back in this one. Ooh, but Spixie not giving up with a big flak primary. Double kill actually coming in the pit. That is an area where you can utilize that weapon. Spixie right now a little bit early, so it's so dangerous to get to that shield belt early, especially on this map where you can just get smacked down into that jello mold of doom, but not happening there. Have a chance here. He's fighting two. Ooh, nice combo around the corner and comes up empty. There's the full flak primary. Spixie going a little bit of a run here with the double kill again in the pit. And this is what I think we saw in Canon, was they were able to dictate the combat, turn it into more of a close to medium range fight rather than that long range battle that you often see on Canon. The second half of that map, they were able to change the flow of combat. But this map, it has just been all SOW so far. Amp is in Special's hands. We'll go on board with him. Amp sniper rifle. It's impossible to keep the sniper rifle out of his hands on this map, because he's got two snipers. He even got the two shock rifles. Oh, and the close range. Just over and over. I don't know how many times I can say it. We've seen Special go on some nutty runs, even last season, on maps like Rankin. Look at that, the 180 sniper shot coming down, just laying down damage. Look at that, a 43% accuracy with 48 shots taken, or excuse me, yeah, 48 shots taken. Not going to absolutely blow anyone's minds, but anytime you're shooting over 40%, that's going to make you very, very difficult to approach, right? Like, you really keep people on their toes, or on their heels rather. I mean, I guess you're keeping them on their toes as well, right? It's gonna make you paranoid, especially on an open map like this. You got a really accurate sniper running around. Every time you turn a corner, you just know your head could get popped off at any second. So, Angelov getting caught by the bot. Yeah, I mean, if you go to UTProLeague.com, that will have all the schedules. You can go to the matches page. All of the matches are determined ahead of time as far as schedule go. These teams basically pick their slots. So that is a good thing about it. Although we will be pretty much running every weekend until this league ends. I think we've got, what, 3 more weekends to go for the Epic Division? And then the Challenger Division has even more. They're going to take the Easter break off, or the Easter weekend off as a break, but otherwise, lots of Challenger Division games going on. And I don't think there's anyone dedicated to casting that. Avalanche tilting just a little bit. Special going absolutely bonkers with the Amp Sniper Rifle. This is what we said can happen. In mid and in deck, you get that Amp Sniper, you start getting respawners in front of you. I can understand the frustration, especially after BRD comes back in map 1 and SOW just dominates the next 2 maps. That said, this is the 3rd map, so this wasn't any one team's map pick. Everyone had a chance to ban their maps, so people want to have the conversation about whether this map should be in 2v2 Season 3. That can certainly happen in Discord, but as it is, it's in Season 2, and we are playing it in SOW. Looking very, very impressive. So BRD taking both 4v4 TDM games, but SOW standing in here, and after losing the first 2v2 maps, just didn't give up, fought back, looked really, really impressive on these last 2. GG's coming out, so there you go. 2-1 points so far in this matchup. You know, while they're setting up the first duel, let's go ahead and let's just look at the brackets here, right? So we're looking at the schedule. This is your matches scheduled for the Epic division. Of course, you can see the Challenger division down here. Many more teams. I think we've got, what, 12 teams in the Challenger division this year? Or this season, rather. So a ton of games going on there all the way until May. But this is your Epic division. This is what I'll be casting on Sundays. Yeah, Tron pointing out 6k damage. Anytime you're hitting 5k damage, that's kind of a benchmark. That's when someone really, I wouldn't say carries, but that's when someone has had a really good game in Team Deathmatch. 5k is about that benchmark. It happens reasonably often, but if you're in a close game or an evenly matched game and you drop 5k, that's a pretty good game. When you get into the 6k mark, that's when you're hard carrying. That's when you're just really dominant. So yeah, we'll take a look at the schedule here. I'll let you take a peek at that while we're waiting for this duel to come up. I'm not actually sure. I'm not sure if they're going to be on Phoenix again or not. I'm actually not sure who the duelers are because we didn't have the list up on the website. Okay, it looks like Spixie's saying it's on NY, so here we go. Jumping over there. It looks like we've got Flick Switch. Well, we got a couple. It looks like each player both hosted one. So I'm going to let them figure out which one they want to jump into. So we'll be getting started here in just a minute while they get that up. Okay, it looks like Sassmaster's one is up. So we'll be jumping into that. How's about now-ish? All right, you can see we got the players in the server. We are playing duel now. Remember, this will be 2 best of 3. BRD taking both 4-on-4 team deathmatch games. That's going to be 1 point each. SOW coming back after being a map down, taking the 2v2 best of 3. That'll earn them a point. Still 2 more points on the board here for these 2 best of 3 duels. So remember, any given matchup between 2 teams, maximum of 5 points. You see the wall runs there. Nice movement on display. So as they're kind of getting settled here, going to take this opportunity to sip on a beverage, maybe snack on my breakfast. Encourage you to do the same. Don't forget to stay hydrated, folks. This is a long day today. I must say the pings are looking pretty much dead even here at this point. Players are ready and we are rolling, y'all. Here is your countdown, 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 jumping into the duel rounds of this first matchup of the day. We've got Flick Switch versus Sassmaster. And early on, both players soaking up some health vials. Trying to get that first poke shot before engaging. Ooh, there's that first shot. Flick Switch going to do some early damage. Sassmaster's backing up to get some health packs. We'll go back on board with Flick Switch. So Flick, what he's doing here, keeping himself in position between Sassmaster. Ooh, and the 100 armor. Able to get that combo kill around the corner. Looking for the spawn kill. Nice aggressive moves. He knew exactly where he was going off the spawn. Couldn't deny him the weapon though. So Sassmaster's got a shock and a flat cannon. So we've got 15 seconds until both armors spawn. 100 will be back up. Shield belt will spawn. These two right now just playing a little bit of cat and mouse. Ooh, Flick just dodges that flak ball. Sassmaster, though, with the high ground, he's going to be able to rain down some shots. He does give up that shield belt, but does some damage in the process. Almost a huge combo there. Couldn't line it up. And now it's going to be a foot race over to that 100 armor vest. Looks like Flick is going to be happy to grab that 50. Oh, takes another shot from a distance. Sassmaster now reversed that advantage very quickly with those long distance shots. We're going to go on board with him and see if he can follow it up. You see him turning him away with that combo. Running low on ammo, though. You got to be careful in mid here. That Link just melting him down. He's got the flat cannon to defend himself, but Flick right now with 122 damage, or 122 health, down to 57. That was a huge sniper rifle shot right there by Sassmaster, just to buy himself some breathing room. Close range flak. Any big shot's gonna get a kill here. One little bit of damage from that flak ball, and so Sass gonna back up. Ooh, just dodging those rockets. Flick was right on top of him, but not able to finish him off. And these two being highly aggressive now after a very tentative opening. Big flak ball there by Sass, and the headshot to knock him off of the shield belt. Critical shot there by Sassmaster, turning things around. Looked like he was taking a huge risk there. Pops his head off, and now back in control of this map. Flak in the face. Flick not afraid to jump in his grill and force the issue. Ooh, Sassmaster trying to line up that sniper shot in midair. You saw that smiley face whizzing by his face. No kiss for him there, and up to a 2-1 lead now for Sassmaster. More importantly, taking no damage in that fight, so now he can get back up to health, back up to a full stack of health and armor. He's going to be very dangerous now if he can find Flick switch and force a fight. Still 10 seconds until either arm responds, so Flick's going to be pretty weak for a little while, and that sniper shot going to take all of that armor off, stripping him bare. 75 HP. A couple of shots will take him out. He's got to be careful here. Ooh, turns his back to Sassmaster and gets away with it. And Sass right now, Flick actually did a great job of some defensive shots, taking his armor back down, forcing Sassmaster to back up there. And what that did is it basically earned Flick switch that 100 armor while Sassmaster was backing off. So on a relatively tight map like this, one thing to keep an eye on is downtime. So a lot of times players, between power-up spawns, if they don't need to go grab a specific weapon, sometimes they lose track of what they want to do, and there's so many pickups to soak up in this map. You always want to be gaining an advantage. Ooh, that flak ball was right on the right trajectory, but Flip Switch able to avoid it. You see him throwing prediction rockets, knows he's going for that health. Not able to finish things off, so Sassmaster has been pretty firmly in control so far, but not really able to crank out many kills. Oh, and eats a combo, and just like that, Flick Switch back on top with the health and armor, and ties it right back up with the sniper, or the, primary shot to tie things back up. Flick does grab that shield belt as well. So Sassmaster had control of this map for so long, but really was only just clinging to a 1-frag lead. Flick reverses it. Let's see what he can do to try to pull back in the lead. We are reaching the halfway point of this one. And back and forth, these two, as soon as one of them asserts control, their opponent just smacking them down with some damage from a distance. And right now, ooh, Flick Switch with a dangerous jump up that jump pad. You're such a sitting duck in midair, especially against someone with good aim, and both of these players looking very comfortable with their shock and sniper aim. Ooh, Flick trying to get some chip damage down with that Enforcer. He's kind of trapped in the back here, but very, very patient play. He doesn't want to give him a free kill. Ooh, he was hoping that shock rifle would spawn. It wasn't up. That's going to be a problem going up that jump pad. You can do some fancy midair dodging in there, trying to make yourself a little bit less vulnerable. Right now, all the armors are up. Flick actually gets that 100 armor finally. I think Sassmaster heard it, so smart move grabbing that shock rifle to deny it, and then going over to the shield belt across the map. Sass right now extending it to a 2-frag lead, but still plenty of time left in this one, and Flick almost hits him with that 3-pack. And the way these two are playing, they're pretty much evenly matched when it comes to hit scan aim from a distance. They've both been hitting some critical shots. It might actually come down to if someone can pull off one of those rocket packs, basically just a prediction shot, throwing around a corner, catching someone with nowhere to go. That may end up being the differentiator between these two, because right now Sassmaster's in the lead just by a couple of shots, essentially. Ooh, and there's 4 big shock primaries pinning him to the wall. That shock juggling, not easy to do. But turns him away, and now Sassmaster with a chance to try to assert himself. Flick being aggressive, but that could cost him if he can find him again. That shield belt is up, so Flick Switch could be aggressive if he wants to try to steal it. Looks like Sass going to back up, grab it. And now it's going to be another foot race to that 100 armor. Sassmaster going up top, trying to deny it. Ooh, Flix gets there and defends himself with a beautiful rocket. So you notice what Flick Switch did there. He didn't just throw that rocket. He wasn't trying to get a direct hit. He actually threw it at the corner of the ledge, and that gave him the splash damage. Did good damage on the Sassmaster to turn him away, and now Flick Switch with the health and armor advantage. We'll go on board with him. So interesting move there, Flick Switch trying to chase down Sassmaster with that link. He knows he grabbed that health as well. Ooh, no shock ammo for Flick. He does stand in there with a sniper and defend himself. Able to finally get control of that power-up. But time is running out now, and he's got to pull three frags out of the bag. He does have that. Ooh, I'm surprised he didn't grab that shock ammo. He's going to run out now with one more combo. Now he's only going to have rockets up close. He does have the sniper rifle. He needs to pull some damage out. He might need to get a timely headshot or something. We saw Sassmaster with that earlier. A little bit indecision. Jumps on top. He is controlling the power-ups, but Sassmaster making a pay, and this could be Sassmaster's chance to close it out. I think that'll do it. 4 frag lead with 2 minutes to go. Nice job there by Sassmaster of backing up. Flick was giving chase, and he just defended himself with that shock rifle very effectively. Another combo up top. Oh, and the shot tracking him up that jump pad. Strong close there by Sass. I think what we really saw there was Flick paying for some of his dangerous jump pad jumps. We saw multiple kills up a jump pad. So Sass with a pretty patient match. Again, I think both of them you see the smack talk posthumously. Both players pretty solid with their hit scan aim. But just a couple of missteps here and there by Flick Switch allowed Sass to take the lead and run with it. We'll see where they decide to go. I imagine they're going to be in London. Yep, looks like that is up, and we're going to be on DM solo. Yeah, you guys thought Smack Talk only lived in Twitch chat. Sassmaster showing us not afraid to talk to himself in the dark. Yeah, talk in Twitch chat about the ping differential. Well, you know, that's a discussion to be had. That said, there are rules in place that dictate this, so, you know, that's something that can be like another conversation. I mean, every season of UTPL, they are making changes to rules and maps and things, trying to tweak things, so maybe that's a conversation to be had in Discord, if you think they should be different. I mean, if people want to play on NA hubs, we could always get more NA teams to play. I'm just saying. If we had enough NA teams to compete, maybe we have separate divisions for each region, and then just play a finals between 2 different continents, right? I'm just saying. There's a lot of UT players that have been semi-active over the past couple years that could easily show up for a 5-week season. Sassmaster going full chatbot on us. Players are ready. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you back into this one. And a bit of a slow start, so both players being highly aggressive at the beginning of last map. Oh, and there they go, trading hit scan shots. Both players' hit scan was on point in map 1. But Sassmaster was able to pull away pretty consistently through the map, just really took advantage of his map control and hitting a couple key shots. There was that headshot. That was kind of a key turning point. Stood in there, could have easily gone down. Was super aggressive, hit a headshot to get the kill off the 100 armor, and ran with it from there. But this time, Flick Switch taking the early lead. We'll switch over to his perspective and see how he can run with things early on. More long-range shots. This is a map, though. I mean, really, ASDF is the same way, where you might engage long range, but if you set up an ambush, if you're fighting around power-ups, you can definitely catch yourself with some close-range battles. So we're seeing a lot of a shock and shock and sniper from a distance, but definitely don't expect that to necessarily characterize the entire match here. Ooh, the rockets around the corner. Flick Switch trying to be aggressive here, and there's that link gun right up the lift. Cannot escape, and Flick up to a 2-0 advantage. Early on in this one, you heard the pings from that link gun so deadly up close, especially when you get pinned into a corner. Oh, Kazan with an interesting point. So the same map author for ASDF and Solo. I actually did not realize that. I can kind of see that with the architecture and the style of kind of the flavor of Jungle Gym that they built with the way that they use different movement options. Oh, and the nice patience there by Flick Switch. Knew in his heart that Sassmaster was going to dive for those health packs. And smart move there by him, grabbing another health pack so he can survive a sniper shot. Sass actually has the sniper in his hands, so... Oh, and big combo up the lift. More prediction aiming there by Flick Switch. And I think that's where Flick may find an advantage, especially on maps he's more comfortable with, is in this prediction, dropping rockets down ahead of time, throwing combos around corners. You saw that predictive aiming. Oh, a couple big combos, and with 1 HP, Sass answers right back, and that could be a big turning point in this one. As we are 4-1, it had been all Flick Switch at this point. Sass getting his legs under him, but still gonna need to pick up some health. That 150 armor is not gonna do him any good. Flick can still kill him in 1 hit, now that that shield belt has been depleted. And now he's 1/20. Ooh, down to 11 HP. Sassmaster finally going down. Flick Switch taking him out with the Enforcer. Oh, and has him below him on the spawn. Can try to finish him off again and push it up to a 5 frag lead. There it is. Flick right now on fire with that sniper rifle. So that combo turns him away. Sassmaster at this point trying to assert some amount of control. You have the shield belt spawning any second. 100 goes to Flick, but he might be out of position for this belt. Let's see, Sass, yeah, sitting right on that belt. So heads up play there by Sassmaster. Grabbed himself a shock rifle and a sniper rifle, has every weapon he needs. And now a flak in his hands, backed up to that belt, and Flick was just a little bit out of position there. So pretty big turnaround as far as the map control goes. Close range flak ball, gonna do a little bit of damage. That's a tough angle to shoot up towards. You see Flick Switch with the high ground and is back to those health packs. Ooh, Sass putting a lot of pressure on himself to hit those shots. Not happening, so Flick makes him pay, chasing him down, 1 shot away from death. And no other option for Sass other than to run, but he answers back with a sniper of his own, and now Flick's got to be on the run. Both players whittling each other down here. So snipers back and forth. Oh, and finally, Sass hits that extra shot down to 28 HP, earns him a kill and a shield belt. That was a huge opportunity there for him. I'm actually kind of surprised to see Flick take that engagement. He could have backed off and just eaten some more time off the clock. Instead, cuts it down to a 4-frag lead. And now an opportunity for Sassmaster to be extremely aggressive if he wants to be. This is a tough map for that, though. There's so much advanced movement in this map. If someone's comfortable with it, they can be very, very tricky to chase down. Oh, close range though. Flak versus Shock. Got to be careful there if you're Sassmaster. You don't want to disappear instantly to a flak primary. You can be turned to mist. So he's going to circle around and try to take it a little bit more patient, soaking up some health vials in the process to see him up to 105 health, but he needs to make some shots connect here. Oh, lined up the shot. You see that, the mouse shake. Unhappy with himself there. It looked like maybe he was going for the headshot instant kill instead of the easier damage shot with the body shot. But as it is still firmly in control of this map, but time's going to start being a factor. Already down to 3.5 minutes. 2 big flak balls though. That is your Mr. Bucket moment of the day. Just dropping the balls right in Flick Switch's head. And Sassmaster now flicking around. I'm not sure if he's getting loose or not quite sure where Flick was going. You see the peak shots coming out there. Flick down to 100 HP with no armor. Sassmaster feeling a little uncomfortable here. Not sure if it's the elevated ping he's playing with now, or you know, maybe he's got some sandwich crumbs, maybe some hot pocket crumbs on his keyboard, or excuse me, on his mouse pad. Instead, he's going to turn the corner, find Sass, get one shot. He's one shot away. Oh, the weapon switch by Sass may have cost him there. Flick switch hits shot after shot. And now Flick's going to be back in control of this one. Eats some rockets, though, so Sass gets hyper aggressive with the retaliation kill. Catches him off the spawn. You see him, denies that lift. Looking for the lock-on rockets, just barely missed. He actually didn't pick up the rocket ammo pack there. That could actually be huge. He's got a link gun. There's a sniper rifle. That'll give him another primary weapon, if you will. Oh, 2 in a row. This is a big chance. Oh, he misses the rocket. He was trying to catch him going up the lift with that rocket, and I think Sassmaster getting a little bit frustrated right now. Just barely missing a couple of these shots. Costing him big time, and Flick at this point doesn't have to do a ton of damage. He just has to turn him away and stay alive. And again, this can be a very crafty map for people with good movement options to escape. So Sassmaster again in position for this belt. He's been controlling it for a little while. We'll look at the comparison. Really up 6-2 as far as that count, but you can see the damage differential. Flick switch still hitting a couple more shots. Pretty even match between these two, but Flick has just been able to dictate the fights a little bit better. You see the ring around the rosy happening right now. Finally, close range flak versus rockets. Both players had the right weapon out. I was actually curious if one of them would get caught out with sniper or shock. Said close range battle. They back up again, and Flick switch right now looking for an opportunity to create an advantage. Now, Sass did back up to that shield belt a little bit early there, and this could be the chance that Flick needed to regroup a little bit. There's one sniper shot. Was maybe hoping for a headshot. He does have a bead on that 100. He's going to get in his face with flak. Oh, and backs up. A little bit of indecision there by Flick switch, and that may have been his last opportunity. I don't think he could decide if he wanted to grab that 100 or engage. Switch to flak, dove forward, but it already given Sass a chance to get one more shot off, and that was huge. So it looks like Sass, though, is going to run out of time on this one. And Flick switch going to hang on, up 7-4. So Sassmaster, I mean, he's staying in this one. This is a pretty even match. I mean, you look at the damage differential. Sass actually now coming into the lead as far as damage goes. But again, Flick really controlling the flow of fights in this map and staying alive. The second half of this one, I think Sass has had trouble closing the gap, getting in Flick Switch's face and forcing fights, even when he had the advantage and, you know, finally took control of the map back. So there you go, critical win there by Flick Switch to force a map 3. I think maybe we're staying on this hub. I'm not entirely sure what the rules say there, but in any case, we'll see a map 3 coming up here shortly. And the smack talk continues by Sassmaster. He's been pretty consistently playing the PsyOps games in this one. You know, it is 11 a.m. Eastern time now. This should be time. By now, all of the North American folks should be, or I guess Western Hemisphere folks should be awake, so if you want to get this viewer count up, let everyone know. Wake their asses up. Tell them to grab some, I don't know, whatever they need. Some water, some Birrios, some popcorn, maybe some Pop-Tarts, maybe some Sweet Tarts. I don't know. What do the UK folks eat? Is it beans and toast? Down here we got breakfast tacos. You know, whatever makes you happy. In my case, I actually have hot tea and trail mix, so mixing things up down here. Because I'm such a rugged outdoorsman, you know. Yeah, do keep in mind, we, North Americans, I don't know actually how widespread the different daylight savings skips are, but I know in the US at least, we lost an hour last night. So we're keeping up with you here. Here we go, players already. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you the third map tiebreaker between these two. I don't know why, but it seems like Deep is always a tiebreaker. And it's kind of an interesting map in that way, so you see them running around, trying to get an early advantage. Flick Switch caught him off the spawn early on with that chase down. Sassmaster going to be on the run, grabbing himself a shock rifle. Oops, let's jump on there. Ooh, and there's the early kill. So Flick Switch again, standing in there, actually kind of low on health, but manages to stand in there. Keeping control of that 50 armor can be actually very critical in this map. You got to be careful here. Those rockets can bounce you right off the map, but so can a shock rifle. Ooh, Flick had an opportunity there to launch him. Shield belt grabbed by Flick, who's right now solidly in control of this map, but plenty of time to go. Sassmaster, certainly no need to panic yet. And we've seen if his hit scan aim is on, he can whittle down that lead very, very quickly. Ooh, big rocket though coming out. And the combo from up top. So this is, I think, one of the most dangerous maps in the game when it comes to shot combos, because there's so many ways you can cut corners. All of those grates can be shot through. There's so many little windows. If you're familiar with this map and you know where your opponent is and you can track them, you can drop combos all over the place in from relatively safe positions. So what I mean by that is you can drop a combo in someone's face and they don't even really have a chance to shoot back at you. And that's one thing that really makes UT unique, is the ability to reward that prediction. You saw that right there, perfect example. Flick Switch completely out of the view of, oh, I mean, he knocks him off the map. There is the gravity kill. We are now 2-1, Sassmaster with the ring out. Pulling within one, right as I was complimenting Flick on the great use of that combo to hit him from around the corner. Ooh, and rockets to the face. Sass being hyper aggressive now. Let's go on board with him. See what his perspective looks like. Oh, he's eating a combo, and again through that window. So those two health bubbles rather, very vulnerable to shot combos up through that window. It's going to be such a critical feature of this map to keep an eye on. There's basically a double health pack right in the middle of the map. After every fight, someone's going to likely be running there, whether to pick them up and restock or whether to ambush the other person there. So keep an eye on that. Oh, and the flak ball. Flick Switch dropping his balls in his top to protect himself. He had the rocket juggle, and Sass could have easily gotten a kill to tie it back up. Instead, Flick drops the smiley face right on his grill. Takes a 2-frag lead. Ooh, big combo. So Flick Switch eating a little bit of his own strategy there. Sassmaster throwing a prediction combo in his face. We'll go on board with Sass, and of course, right as I do that, he eats a combo right back from Flick Switch. So these two just exchanging them, and that shock rifle pickup there by Flick Switch could be key. Sass has a sniper rifle. Oh, and he hits might have been a headshot. Sorry, wasn't keeping an eye on the health. Takes him down to 15 HP. He'll be chasing him down now. Sassmaster, only a sniper rifle. I don't think he realizes how low Flick is, or he might have pulled out the Enforcer there. In any case, one shot away from a kill, and Sass is taking control of this back, and Flick answers again with the combos. Again, the prediction combos on this map can be so devastating because you just have no way to retaliate if they predict you that well. We'll see if we get another ring out. Sassmaster going for it, has his opponent's back to the side of the map. Just gonna go ahead and kill him the old-fashioned way. Grab that belt, and Sass back in control. But every time he's been in control of this map, you've seen a huge combo just come out of nowhere by Flick Switch and devastate him. Ooh, big mid-air flak primary by Sassmaster, gonna send Flick Switch packing, but neither player particularly stacked. Trying to play that cat and mouse game of who wants to be more aggressive right now, and see Sassmaster backing up. Doesn't want to eat any more combos. He recognizes the pattern there. Nice mid-air rocket, taking him down to 25 HP. You saw the full 100 damage off of that back wall. Sassmaster is actually showing some really nice rocket juggling ability in this matchup. This isn't the most advantageous map for that type of gameplay. You can hit some prediction rockets much like those combos we've seen, but something to keep an eye on with player weapon preferences and things like that. You see him trying to avoid those combos. Ooh, and just barely does it. Takes some damage, but does get that power up. Trying to head over to that 100 armor and deny it. We are past the halfway point though, so while Sassmaster's been doing a good job fighting his way back in to take control of this map, hasn't really been able to stand in there and turn it into any kills yet. Flick Switch has been doing a great job turning him away with these shot combos. Flick showing really, really great map knowledge right now. Ooh, another sniper shot could do it though, 2 in a row. And Flick now on the run, and Sass trying to hunt him down. Dangerous teleporter, but does work out for him. Gets a couple of shots off and a little bit of damage. He knows Flick's gonna be looking for help. Trying to catch him now in mid. Surprised not to see him pull out the link gun, trying to finish him off with sniper. And these two are starting to fly around the map now and be a little bit more aggressive. There is one more sniper shot. If he can follow it up with any other hit, you see him shooting the rocket down low, trying to predict his movement. Goes through the little alcove there, or a cave, whatever you want to call it. And the shield belt is up. That one goes to Sass. Flick's not even really contesting the belt at that point, opting to just back up and take some time off the clock. Another rocket hits, and there's another combo around the corner, just devastating by Flick Switch, who's now on the aggressive. Pushes Sass away. You see those health bubbles in mid, both down. Huge sniper shot right there to defend himself, grabbing that 100 armor, and now Flick has to be a little bit more careful again. Oh, dangerous move by Flick, jumping down into that cave. He's going to be caught in that corner. Sass can jump in if he wants to, but those earlier shot combos really causing Sassmaster to respect the shock rifle ability of Flick. Otherwise, he might engage there. If he doesn't kill him earlier in this match with so many of those prediction combos, you might see Sass dive in there with the link gun and go for broke instead. Thinking back to those kills he ate earlier, the shot combos he ate to kill him earlier in the match, maybe affecting his strategy there. Oh, you see the nice lined up shot there, but we're going to have a flak ball to the top. Nice movement there by Sassmaster to get up top and take the high ground. trying to take him out desperately now. Oh, and he gets the kill from a distance. The fall away sniper with 5 HP. He's got to be careful though. Flick switch actually spawned right at Lincoln. He can take him out very, very quickly. You see him grabbing health, grabbing 50 armor. He's gonna want... Oh, and that headshot knocks him off of the 100 armor. Clutch shot there by Sass, pulling within 1, and more importantly, keeping that 100 armor for himself. He's safe now. He is on the run. If he can catch him off the spawn, this could be his opportunity. There's one flak ball. There's a big one, 72 damage. Flick switch down to 70 or 22 HP. One single shot can tie this up if Sassmaster can just find the angle. Oh, and there it is. Sass flying around the map. Now finds him off the spawn, can try to take the lead. Misses with the flak ball. Does a little bit of damage with the second one. Just dodging that rocket. Whizzes by. And Flick switch now on the run. So Sassmaster there opting to keep his position, kept his back to that shield belt. It's a tie game now. We might see sudden death overtime. Ooh, the big combo by Flick switch. We are all even back up, so anything goes at this point. And the shot coming back out. Sass being chased down now by the Rockets. Flick trying to take him out with the flat combo to defend himself. Doesn't land, and Flick back on top with a minute to go. You see him placing those combos, looking for that spawner, trying to deny that shock rifle. That said, Sass so far has been a little bit more effective with the sniper rifle, so not surprising to see Sass spawn and go for that sniper rather than the shock. Ooh, big rocket. Oh, and Flick switch almost gets bounced off the map again. Goes for the air rocket there. Not going to happen. Both players bouncing around. Dangerous situation for both of them. And the full flak by Flick. Able to go up by 2 with less than a minute to go, and that might do it. If he misses that shot, it's a tie game, but he stood in there, hit it, shredded Sass, and that may give him the win here. So Sass here basically looking for a headshot at this point. See him zooming in, gets the body shot. Going to be so difficult to track him down though in this map. You saw how well those shot combos are being placed by Flick. Just daring Sass to turn the corner. Looking for the headshot, not going to land, and that may do it. A tight match between these two. Sassmaster almost coming back with a flurry of kills towards the end. Flick switch hangs on, stood in there, that huge flak primary over the shield belt at the end there. To hang on to the victory. You see actually more damage again by Sassmaster. But Flick, able to hang on. You see the rat playstyle, he knows. But that's, I mean, them's the breaks. So as it is, BRD pulling another victory out and another point on the board for this season. So tough break for SOW. Just missing out on another point there. But already between the 2v2s and the duels, a couple of extremely close matches. Even the 4-on-4s were pretty close. But we still have one more duel to go here. We have Tron and Killing. I think that's going to be a practice game because I don't think we're going to see them playing for these two teams. We're going to back out, wait for this next one to come up. Oh, you know, I'll give you a quick minute. I'm going to take a quick break while we've got some time before this next duel map. I'll be back in just a moment. I expect that match to be up shortly, so don't go anywhere, y'all. All right, so I think we've got the game up. We're gonna jump back in game. I believe this is gonna be Tamerlane versus Kane. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if anyone can confirm, I think Tamerlane versus Kane 274, right? Is that gonna be our match here? So we're going to jump into this one and get started here with the last game of this matchup between these two teams. Do stick around. Of course, we do have a couple double headers for you today. All right, let's try that again. Well, we do see this hub up trying to get in here, and this match should be getting started here in just a second. Let me try clicking away back into the hub, refreshing it. Spectate. Action video games, go. Activate. All right, fine. We're just going to be patient, and I'm going to snag another bite of my breakfast. Today's cast brought to you by the bulk section of the grocery store, where I can buy half a pound of trail mix at a time. Okay, so possible we're having issues with the hub, so that might not actually be the real instance. Let me back up then. Refresh this. Refresh the whole browser itself and see what we can find. Yeah, it looks like the London hub might have gone down. Not sure if that was a reset or a crash or what went on there, but so bear with us. All right, well, while we're waiting for that game to come up, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a, a video to watch. How we got something going on in the background other than me clicking around servers. So bear with us again, getting the hub back up and running. Last duel game of this BRD versus SOW matchup should be starting here soon. And people commenting on this map, this is CTF Holy Oak. This is a nice video we got sent to us. If anyone else has, you know, videos like this, looping videos of a map that they've worked on, by all means send them to me. I love having these as background, you know, intros, outros, intermissions. It's really nice to have flybys like this to take a look at while we're waiting for things like hubs to get started and things like that. And if you do make a flyby video like this, definitely feel free to add a watermark with the name of the map and your own, you know, map author's name as well. Because that always gets asked whenever I play this. What's the name of the map and who's the author? So by all means, give yourself credit. All right, sounds like we are rebooting that London hub manually, so somewhat of an issue on the back end. Google might have been having a problem because it is, I believe, hosted by GCPs, so getting that restarted right now. In the meantime, you know, grab a snack, stretch your legs, and enjoy this video. Ricochet, this is CTF Holy Oak. Forgive me, I forget the mapper's name off the top of my head, but he actually might even be in chat here. He joins us in some of these streams. He's been on the developer stream and stuff like that with us, or their community development stream, stuff like that. So by all means, if you are the dude that made this map, let me know. And if any mappers want to give me some of these flyby videos, or even someone else's map, I don't care. I just think they're really cool to look at. Really nice artistic, you know, thing to get us through these tough times where we're waiting for hubs to restart. And definitely, like, if you wanted to remake this video with a watermark with your own name and the name of the map, would not make me upset. I'm totally open. You know, I totally want to give these map makers credit for the work that they put in. Okay, it looks like they're going to go to the Phoenix, Germany server, so we will be jumping in there shortly. All right, we got a hub up for us. I'm gonna join in, get you shifted over. Let's see if I can crash this hub as well. Curse of the Caster just really building in its legend today. You know, you can probably find that map. I mean, just look up CTF Holyoke on UTCC. I'm sure it's on there if you guys want to download that map and check it out. All right, players are ready, so get your seats warmed back up because we are ready to go here, y'all. Here is your countdown, 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here, getting locked and loaded for the last duel of the first matchup of the day after a little bit of a hitch in our giddy up. Oh, the headshot though. Tamerlane starting off with an exclamation point. Tamer, of course, so dangerous with that sniper rifle. One of the more deadly hit scan players we've been seeing in this season so far. Putting himself in position here on a map where you can really make use of that. Kane trying to just keep him at a distance at this point. Probably a smart move. Having that shock rifle out. Oh, and the headshot again. Already 2 headshots by Tamerlane. Trying to answer with a third. Ooh, a nice doubling back here. So Kane right now just running for his life, and Tamer not giving him a whole lot of room to maneuver early on in this one. Shield belt's gonna spawn. Kane, for his part, will be able to back up and grab that 100 armor. Looks like he was interested in the health first. There he goes, grabs that 100. So after all of that, still only 1-0, and Kane with a chance to regroup here. Ooh, Tamerlane there. Maybe had an opportunity to get a shot. An easy one off that lift jump. So dangerous to go airborne in this map because you can get plucked out of the sky from so many angles. Look at him just lining up that shot. So interesting move there. Ooh, Tamer misses that. So both players trying to soak up. You see the shield belt vials going to Kane. Both players trying to soak up some health vials to supplement their armor before engaging. Tamerlane takes a little bit of a shot, but backs up to that 100 armor. And Kane, probably a smart move there. If you're not going to be able to get control of the shield belt, maxing out your health, even if the other player does the same, means you kind of help negate the advantage there. Or at least minimize the advantage there. Oh, a big rocket to the face, though. Both players switching to rockets close range and smacking each other. Kane's going to be on the run. Tamer's got a little bit more health, so he's willing to be aggressive. And there is one shot coming in, and the follow-up. Tamer on fire right now. Not a ton of shots taken, but look, hitting 60% so far. Ooh, mid-air primaries, 3 in a row. Tamerlane looking awfully sharp right now. Plucking him out of the sky with those 3 mid-air shock shots. Ooh, just missing the up the lift one. Kane right now just on the run, and this isn't really a shocker to see Tamerlane going on a roll like this. We've seen him play. He's taken maps off everybody. Tamer, one of the more, oh, nice mid-air combo there, up that lift. But Tamer, one of the more dangerous players we've seen off the spawn, just on a roll right now. Looking like he could take maps off pretty much anyone in the world. And really coming into his own, I feel like, this season. There is the follow-up. Oh, and he gets the kill with the rockets off of the death. Oh, unlucky there by Kane. He does manage to get on the board. And more combos coming out. Tamerlane on the run a little bit now. He's got the the nice piston charge audio cue bug. So you just get to listen to that for a while. Just imagine that it's immersive. It's like we're listening in the boiler room of the Titanic or something. combos coming up. Actually, nice use of rockets there by Tamerlane. Ooh, just splitting them. That could have taken out Kane instantly, but instead, 0 damage. And Kane with a smart follow-up there. Now he's got Tamerlane down low on health. Now it's trapped in the bottom. This should be a good opportunity for Kane to get another kill on the board. Damages himself in the process, but still. Back to a 4-frag lead. And Tamerlane diving in close range off the spawn. Dangerous move. One shot away, and Kane standing in there. So after a blazing start by Tamerlane, Kane was able to reestablish himself, catch some breaths, and really get himself back into this one. So credit to Kane here by keeping his composure. Close range shot coming out. Kane with the chase down. Surprised not to see him pull out a finisher weapon. Instead, uses flat. Kind of an old school tactic right there. That's what I used to do back in the day when I was a 2K4 player who still learning how to use my weapons. Consistency though by Kane gets him that kill. Pulls within 2, and there's a killing spree now chasing him down. So Tamerlane having a hard time getting back into this one. Players just exchanging runs. And it must be said, Kane here hasn't been running around with a ton of health and armor. In fact, look at Tamer able to grab that shield belt. Bit of a misstep by Kane, giving it up. But that combo around the corner blasts him down. Oh, another rocket. They just exchange direct hits. These two players right now dropping haymakers on each other. Highly aggressive play between these two so far. Oh, the mid-air sniper shot so consistent by Kane, just waiting for him, lined it up. And Tamerlane right now looking a little manic, trying to drop rockets on him however he can. The push back by the shock rifle, and Kane firmly in control now, trying to tie this one up. Ooh, he guesses wrong, so Tamer stood back by the armor, not pushing forward towards belt, and now actually has an angle where Tamer might be able to push Kane away and zone him off of this. Instead, Kane dares him to jump in. Tamer gonna back up. It looks like Tamerlane happy to just back up and grab that 100 armor. And that's a smart move there, knowing that both armors spawn at the same time. Rather than engaging and really risking his lead, backs up, takes the consistent route, controls that 100 armor, and now he's gonna get in and try to drop a rocket and see what he can grab. If you're Tamerlane in this situation, we are under 4 minutes to go. You don't want to take any engagement where you don't have at least some amount of advantage. Kane's got to be a little bit more aggressive here, but look at his armor stats. We can actually kind of force the issue. If we can get in his face. Oh, just dodging that air rocket. Answers with a combo. Another combo from Tamerlane. And these two have just been blasting each other all game. They've been so stacked up. And then as soon as they butt heads, all of that health and armor just gets erased instantly. Oh, the close range link to answer the shot combo. Back and forth. We're at 28 and 7 damage. These guys have just been erasing each other's health every time they meet. So that shield belt's going to come in very, very key here for Kane if he can force a fight. Tamerlane's still down to 7 HP. He only has 50 armor on top of that. And more importantly, that shield belt, that extra absorption by Kane, is going to give him a huge advantage here if he can force a fight. Oh, up the jump pad. Dangerous shot, but he hits it. And Kane now ties it up with under 3 minutes to go. Take a quick peek at the scoreboard, as you might imagine, drawing dead even on the damage, pretty much even on the shield belt pickups. A little bit of flak ball damage coming out. Kane though, the only one with armor. Oh, that flak ball was huge. Now Tamerlane can kind of back up a little bit. Let's go look at Tamerlane's view, see what it looks like from his perspective. As he tries to reestablish a lead in this one in the last couple minutes. Kane has had a huge armor advantage most of the time in the second half of this map, and I think that's been key to him, making this comeback happen. But Tamerlane jumps in front. Tamer had better timing of that belt. Kane out of position. There's been and the headshot midair by Tamer. Is that what, his third or fourth headshot of the match already? So key, that double damage straight to his grill. Got him down to 31 damage. Misses the shot to finish him off though. That was a key miss there by Tamer. Would have given him the lead, but instead, Kane backs up, able to get that 100 armor, and Kane pushing forward. Both players one shot away from death, potentially. right now. Who's going to get the jump? Tamerlane dives in with the flak primary, does pretty good damage, but no kill yet. Coming down to a minute to go. Whoever gets the kill, and there it is. Tamerlane finally ending the spree, getting the lead back with just a minute to go. Kane desperate now, and there's a secondary kill as he's trying to get the chase down. Tamerlane down to 16 HP. One enforcer shot will take him out. You see Kane trying to line it up. He grabs that belt, but Tamer backs off, grabs the 100 and some health, and he's going to be in much safer position. I think if you're Kane there, you gotta think about rolling the dice in that situation. Because if he could have got one single shot, just dove in Tamerlane's face, might have been able to pull back within one. Instead, Tamerlane now able to back up and take a lot of time off the clock. Let's see what Kane can do to get in his face. He's got him with flat primary. Up close, one more shot could do it. There he is, pulls within one with 30 seconds to go. He's just got to try to find where he spawns. He's listening, guesses shock, he's not there. Tamerlane spawns low. He's going to be up top on top of him. Can he cut him off? He takes the lift away, has him in the corner. Goo coming out. He's going to have to fight him. Tamerlane with the flak. This could be a flag-to-flag battle for the win here. Up around the shield belt, and he gets it to tie it up with 5 seconds to go. Will he get the spawn kill? No spawn kill, so we're in overtime. Remember, we're going to have a 2-minute overtime. Actually, misspoke earlier. It's not sudden death. But Kane now with all the momentum and 82 armor on his side. But that said, shield belt even more important. 50 armor for Tamerlane's side, but these two have just been making armor look like it's made out of cardboard, just destroying each other when they meet head to head. Here's the Link versus Stinger. Tamerlane maybe misjudging the armor that Kane had. That gives him a 1 frag lead with a minute and a half to go. All Kane has to do is survive, but he's going for the follow-up kill to really take control of this one. Oh, the 100 armor right in front of him, but he eats a rocket first, so that completely negates that shield belt. And now Tamerlane looking to try to tie it up. Lock on Rocket's going to chase him around the corner. No damage. Smart move by Kane. Saw that they were locked on close range. Rocket versus Stinger. Kane survives with 47 HP. Tamerlane gets a sniper rifle in his hands. It's going to be very dangerous here. With 47 HP, can kill him in one shot if he can find him. There he is. Can he get the shot off? Now he's going to have to hit him twice, and that flat ball may have done it. Kane with the comeback. Tamerlane started off absolutely on fire. You see the extra damage. I think he dropped 3 or 4 headshots that match. Kane able to reestablish himself, come back and take this map. So exciting overtime start to this match. What a great way to start off this second and final game of this matchup. First map to Kane. Remember, this is a best of 3 for the final points here. BRD taking 3 points to 1 so far in this matchup. So SOW definitely wants to do everything they can. Or I guess Kane wants to do everything he can for SOW to get those extra points on the board. And again, given how hot Tamerlane started there, how big of a jump he had on him, the ability to keep that composure by Kane, showing a lot of maturity there. Guys, if you turn away on a duel with a minute to go, you know, you're just going to have to go back and watch the VODs. Remember, the recordings of this will be hosted on this Raise Your Edge Gaming Twitch, as well as, I believe, their YouTube. Anyway, map 2 coming up. Players all ready. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And then it's game time, baby. Connex 5, bringing you another map between these two. We just saw a blazing start by Tamerlane, jumping on top of Kane big time early on. Kane came back, forced an overtime, able to come away with it. Tamerlane in map 2 off again to a quick start, trying to force a tiebreaker map here on a much closer quarters map. Pretty much the exact opposite playstyles here on Leah. Very curious to see how these two adjust. So Tamerlane, a very sniper-oriented player. At least I think that's probably where one of his biggest competitive advantages is. But this is a much tighter map, much more difficult. He's going to be forced to fight with flak, rockets. Remember, at the end of that last game, that a lot of the flak kills going Kane's way at the end of it really turned the tide. We'll see if that continues in a closer range, in a closer quarters map rather like this one. Or if Tamerlane can keep his distance, play his game. Right now he's running the map and keeping things out of the hands of his opponent. Question is, can he turn out some kills off of that? There's a nice fall-away sniper rifle, guessing his next step. Has him lined up. Ooh, nice prediction, but just couldn't quite pull the trigger. We're gonna have quite a bit of time. There we go, big flak primary. I'm about to say, I figured at some point we're gonna see some close range battles, no matter what Tamerlane's strategy is. Kane's gonna be able to force that. And who will come up big? Who will hit those full flat primary damages? Who will be able to bounce people around the corner with rockets? Tamerlane right now with a huge health and armor advantage all maps so far. Still only up 2. Shield belt will spawn. Is Kane going to challenge this with no armor? Ooh, flak ball whizzes right by. You saw the smiley face on it. But Tamerlane able to keep that belt in his possession. And he's going to beat him over to that 100 armor as well. He might be able to fight Kane off. It looks like he heard Kane running back. So Kane decided to concede the 100 and try to pick up some vials. Tamerlane heard that, decided to force the issue. Unfortunately for him, though, that does leave Kane a bead on that 100. And now he's going to jump in his face with the flak, going all in with that flak primary. Tamerlane wins that fight, but does take some damage. But most importantly, it's a 3-0 lead now for Tamerlane. On top, trying to rain some rockets down. Ooh, charge rockets coming around the corner. Flak to the face. Oh, and these two, just like last map, highly aggressive play, just melting each other's armor down. Kane, that was a big 100 armor grab. That vest is going to allow him to be a little bit more aggressive here as Tamer down to 69 HP. One big shot could do it. There's one flak primary. Flak came up so huge for Kane late in the first map, allowing him to stage that comeback. Ooh, another big flak ball. Rockets answer, but he still has 76 HP, so Tamer's not necessarily going to be able to chase him down. Ooh, he does jump in and sneak in and steal that 100 armor, so another slight misstep by Kane with his timing there. Giving up the armors to Tamer when he had the advantage. Oh, and Tamer makes him pay for missing that health pack, so Kane just a little bit out of step a couple of times there. And Tamer gets a couple of kills off of it, trying to extend this lead and force a map 3. Tamerlane can hear him jumping around. You saw that prediction combo. Wrong side of the wall, but ooh, rockets himself a little bit. Tamer with a little bit of missteps of his own here. I think both players kind of keeping the other one on their toes. You saw the lift jump right there, the lift dodge jump. Tamer trying to close that gap. He knows he has a big health and armor advantage. Actually, Kane has been soaking up enough vials to help kind of minimize that advantage now that I look at it. So good job by Kane of running the sort of the back half of the map. Whenever you don't have control, you got to find other ways to try to fight back in. Pushes him off of the 100 armor. Some rockets come out, but not huge damage. So Kane there, actually really big win in that engagement. Look at him at 142 over 74 now. Oh, but those rockets by Tamerlane erasing that advantage. It just seems like neither player in this matchup is able to get stacked for more than about 10 seconds before the other one just blasts him. Rockets around the corner by Kane. Nice fall-away rockets there to push him away and give himself the belt. Tamerlane did back up and grab 100 armor. That vest is in his pocket. Ooh, big rocket from below. This could be Kane's opportunity to close the gap and force a fight. Tamerlane, though, charging those rockets to escape. Oh, and the drop down right on top. This could be a key fight here in this matchup. Oh, and the sniper rifle up close. Tamer. Again, I was curious how effective a sniper would be on a map that's much smaller like this. Key shot there, and then a follow-up. And what we're seeing from Tamerlane, too, multiple times he's gotten one kill, and he's turned it into multiple off the respawn. So important in duel. Kane answers back at the retaliation kill, but does take some damage in the process. That isn't trade, though, so trade's not really going to benefit Kane at this point with time ticking down. Tamer with another kill, this time answering back, giving him a bit of a taste of his own medicine with the close range flak. More importantly, grabbing that shield belt. Let's look at the belt. It's been 4-2 Tamer lane. Pretty even on the 100 armors. Damage, though, firmly in Tamer lane's advantage this game. Tamer had a couple hundred more damage last map, and of course, ooh, the flak ball to the face. So oddly enough, we've seen some critical flak kills between these two in a matchup between players that are very, adept at their hit scan aim, at their point and clickery. Ooh, prediction, rockets, flak balls, things like that have really come up huge as a differentiating factor, but under 3 minutes to go now. Tamer lane up by 7, looking firmly in control to try to force a map 3. Oh, mid-air rocket by Tamer, just begging for Kayn to chase him down now, and Kayn was pretty stacked, in good position, but when you get predictable in a map like this, oh, and there's a close-range sniper actually missing it. Tamer lane coming up empty, almost cost him, but he backs up over that 100 armor, and that's a smart move. Knowing that the vest is up, knowing that you can restock your armor in the middle of a fight, that saved him there and allowed him to turn it into a kill, and I think that's going to be the one that does it. Churning out 8 kills in less than 3 minutes on this map, going to be a very tall task for Kayn, even if he manages to pull off some craziness here. We'll check out from his perspective. He's rolling around with only 20 HP at this point. A little bit desperate, knows he's running out of time. Spamming rockets though in this map. This is a map where you can make some crazy rocket shots if you can predict people and put out a ton of damage. Unfortunately for him, Tamer lane just been on top, controlling the map all game. And there you go, the GG concession with a couple minutes to go. Give you a look at the scoreboard. I mean, look at the damage differential. Like, pretty even fights on the power ups, but really Tamer lane was in control from beginning to end. Started off hot, stayed hot. Actually showing a lot of different weapon utilization, so pretty good exhibition there by Tamer lane to force a map 3 here. And curious to find out what the third map is. Looks like they're saying in Twitch chat it'll be solo. And that'll be interesting to see. Kind of a splitting the difference between the two maps we've already seen as far as style and weapons preferences go. All right, players are ready. Looks like we're going to get started here very quickly. Here we go. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you the last map of this matchup. Fitting, it should go to a map 3 tiebreaker between these two. Kayn versus Tamer lane. Kayn has been jumping on top all 3 maps with very, very quick sniper shots and at times kills. And I feel like he's started every map with momentum so far. Kayn, of course, able to whittle his way back in and end up taking map 1 in overtime. Tamer lane really ran map 2 on Leah the whole time. We'll see what Kayn can do here, but Tamer lane off to a quick start yet again. Both available armors in his possession. Sniper rifle in his hands has already done some damage. Already 130 damage output by Tamer lane in the first 45 seconds. Ooh, rockets raining down from above. Nice prediction there, catching him, heading over to the shield belt. Maybe more importantly, Tamer lane able to get that kill without taking much damage himself. Now he's going to be able to bully him around off the spawn, has that 100 armor to his back, and this is a very tough position for Kayn to be in. So Kane actually fighting his way back out of that one. He was in a really tough spot, and some careful movement, some well-placed spam, able to fight his way defensively and survive there. So that, you know, it wasn't necessarily any crazy impressive shots, and it's not something that is going to show up on the scoreboard. But Kane right now only down 1 when it could have been much worse than that. So if this ends up being a close match, remember that moment when Tamerlane had him backed into a corner off that first kill and really had a chance to follow it up and churn out some more. Kane able to defend himself and escape, but now already down to 50 HP yet again. Ooh, standing in there on the shield belt, combo after combo, but he grabs it in the middle of it, so Tamerlane able to stay alive. I think he's going to back up now and play it safe. Kane down to 25 HP himself. These two are going to back up to their corners. Unfortunately for Kane, Tamerlane able to get back up to 100 health very quickly, and he's just going to use that to push him right back off that 100 armor. While Kane has been defending himself effectively, Tamerlane's still just running this map so far. Take a quick look at the scoreboard and you can see every single major armor has gone to Tamerlane. Yeah, and if Kane doesn't turn that around, the map control, this could be one of those matches where Kane out damages Tamerlane by 500 and still loses. Because right now, everything is going to Tamerlane. And that's allowing him to be a little bit more, play a little bit more risky, maybe even a bit more sloppy at times. Oh, and the headshot just erases him. 150 armor back in his pocket, that belt right on time. Tamerlane is really, really sharp with his timing right now. Ooh, nice rocket. Good patient rockets right there. Hit him. Again, you see him shooting at the edge of that ledge, getting that splash damage around the corner, waiting for him to land right at that lift. Blasts him. Tamerlane guessing wrong there, and Tamerlane maybe getting a little tilted there. It looked like, excuse me, Kane maybe getting a little tilted there. There's the killing spree. We saw Kane a little bit kind of standing still for a second. It's usually a sign of someone who's maybe losing their focus, but still plenty of time in this one. We've seen him come back for more in map 1, so certainly has every capability fighting his way back into this one, but needs to slow down the pace here a bit. Kane finally getting 100 armor while Tamerlane picked up that shield belt. I think that's the first armor, that's the first armor other than a 50 that Kane has been able to grab. So finally feeling just a little bit more comfortable, able to take more than 1 or 2 shots. Tamerlane, of course, ready for that. Ooh, an aggressive play here. Oh, Kane can't connect the combo, being hyper aggressive here. Getting a couple of big shots on him, so Tamerlane gets the kill, but down to 44 HP. Fortunately for him, ready to grab that 100 armor right afterwards, and Kane's going to be on the hunt, but I don't know if he realizes Tamer was able to grab that armor and not going to be all that fragile at this point. Oh, and another headshot. Tamerlane just making it rain with the decapitations today. Some lock-on rockets to answer back. Flatball does a little bit of damage. Tamerlane, though, still with a huge armor advantage. More importantly, having that timing. Look at that. He would have died if he hadn't picked up that belt, but with the perfect timing, backs right into it, eats a combo, doesn't care, backs up, gets the fall-away rocket. And if you're Kane right now, you might be getting a little frustrated because you look at that damage. It's pretty much even between these two. Kane's doing plenty of damage, but look at the armors. 12 armors to 1. Absolutely dominant map control right now. Ooh, goes for the mid-air rocket highlight reel. Not gonna connect, but oh, off the wall run right there. I thought Tamerlane was gonna aim up top there. Instead, waits for him, catches him in midair. Came with some nice movement, but just not able to evade. Tamerlane is just on fire right now. I mean, what can you say? There's the rampage with the sniper finisher. Kane does keep his wits about him, able to grab that 100 armor, so still keeping timing in mind, able to challenge that belt, although doesn't get there quite in time. So Kane definitely not giving up. Give him credit for keeping his head in the game. It can be very, very tough and very easy to get frustrated in a game like this, where your opponent is just not missing it and keeping everything out of your hands. Oh, Tamerlane, shot after shot again. There is the concession. And I really don't blame him. I mean, Tamerlane just absolutely on fire. Map 1 was really impressive, though. So Kane definitely showing us something here today against someone in Tamerlane that I think has looked as dangerous as anyone in this league. I mean, looking like he can take maps off anybody. And Kane looked like he was completely out of it in map 1, completely overmatched, turned it around, came back to win. So ultimately, Tamerlane winning the matchup, giving another point to BRD on this one. But I think Kane can look back at, especially that map 1 there, and really see that he did some things really well in that one. So, all right, that is matchup number 1 today. Give you a quick look at our schedule over here. Just look at the matches here.